who went, until that home run, 14 consecutive batters without allowing anybody to get on. Tonight, Rancho goes for first place in a 3-game winning streak as they send Southpaw Dan Mazingo to the hill, coming off 2 consecutive rough outings. He'll be opposed by right-hander Mike Bumstead, who is now in his 3rd year here in the Cal League. The All-Com USA pregame show continues next. An interview with last night's hero, Jason Cooley, is on the way on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Miraloma, California, in business since 1927. The Galliano family roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as a custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hey, Quakes fans, need a good laugh? Make your way down to the world-famous Improv Comedy Club and Restaurant at the Ontario Mills Mall. The Improv features all of today's biggest names in comedy. Check out some of the comedians coming soon to the Ontario Improv. Brian Regan, Kevin Pollak, Tommy Davidson, Bill Bellamy, Brett Butler, Jim Brewer from Saturday Night Live, DJ Hewley from the Kings of Comedy, and those are just some of the famous faces you'll see at the Ontario Improv. Visit the Ontario Improv website at www.improv.com for a full schedule, or call the Ontario Improv box office at area code 909-484-5411. The Ontario Improv is located at the Ontario Mills Mall, where the 10 and the 15 freeways come together. Don't miss out on a minute of the laughs at the Ontario Improv. Make your reservations now for all of your favorite comedians from television and film live on stage at the Ontario Improv. Tickets on sale now at www.improv.com or at the Ontario Improv box office at area code 909-484-5411.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good time.
Comes Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothills. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Welcome back to the All-Com USA pregame show as we get set for the second game in a 4-game series with the Lake Elsinore Storm in town. Now joined by last night's hero, Jason Cooley. Jason with a 11th inning, a long ball deep over the wall and left off of Andrew Kozel, a home run that actually won a game for you. Not something that you're used to, huh? Well, 4 of them now in your career in 2 years in Rancho Cucamonga, so obviously you are very much used to those home runs. Talk about the approach at that time when you go up to the plate, and really the game isn't specifically on the line, but you're in the extra innings and you can be the hero.
Well, what they teach you is just to go sit there and wait for your pitch. You don't want to be too aggressive. I mean, the key thing is in extra innings, you just want to get on base somehow, either by walking or a base hit, and you just try to be short and quick to the ball. And I mean, luckily I saw it well, and he gave me a good pitch to hit.
Do you go up there looking fastball and at the same time looking at home run?
Well, some hitters are different kind of hitters. Of course, I'm a fastball hitter, so if I see that fastball and it's in the location I'm looking for, I'm going to give it the best swing I can.
Something about you against the Lake Elsinore Storm. I know we talked about it last year off the air and just a few minutes ago again. Back on the 6th and 7th of August last year, you hit a pair of long home runs against Brandon Nicholas and also against, or actually Michael Nicholas, beg your pardon, and also against Rusty Tucker. Just shots over the wall in left field down at the diamond. And again, last night you do the same thing to the Storm. Something about their pitchers, huh?
I don't know what it is. It's something with the Lake Elsinore Storm. Every time they come into town, I get a big smile on my face. I knew something was going to happen yesterday because just the vibe in the air that I had against them. I don't know what it was. Their radio announcer came down and he's like, "Listen, Jason, you can't do what you did to us last year." just, have a quiet series. But I was given the opportunity, and it just came through.
How about that? I know we were just talking about that off the air as well. The bat seems to be working for you now. You went with a new model.
Yeah, this bat was given to me by Casey Kochman actually about 4 hours before I hit that ball yesterday, and I decided I'd give it a shot, and obviously it worked, and a good time, too.
Casey Kochman, not a bad guy, I guess, to take a bat from. He seems to know what pretty good wood feels like. Let's talk about, the relief with the home run. I know you're a guy that can hit obviously a lot of home runs. You had 12 of them last year with Rancho, Cucamonga. You were third in the Northwest League in 2000, homers with 10, and obviously I hadn't hit any till that point. Is there any relief that sets in there?
Well, it's not really relief. I mean, I just go up there with the same approach every time. I mean, wherever the ball's pitched, that's where I try to hit it. If it's down the middle, I'm going to try to go up the middle. It's not really relief for home runs because I know they're going to come. I mean, every hitter, they're going to come. It's just, you just have to have a good approach at the plate and see what happens after that.
So you come back to Rancho Cucamonga for a second year. You're 25 years old now and obviously looking to make your way up to the AA and AAA level. You have to feel pretty good about your start here in terms of your offense.
Well, I'm not doing too bad. As you said, I'm 25. I'm getting kind of old. These bats are getting heavy. But I'm going to give it everything I have. I mean, wherever I go, I'm going to be happy either way because I still have the uniform on my back.
You are truly now the definition of a versatile player, a guy that has now played in all three outfield positions. How about left field? Is there any real difference?
How about left field? First time I actually played it was just actually a joke this year. Because I told Meats I'm going to go take infield and left. And he's like, sure, go for it. Sure enough, I ended up in left field. I mean, it's a completely different animal than any other position I've played. The balls come off different, but, I mean, as an outfielder, you're taught to learn all three positions. And if I'm in left field, right field, or center field, I just have to get the reads before the game, and everything should turn out, the way it works.
I had talked actually yesterday to Bobby Meacham in regards to the outfield position and in regards to the ability, I guess, for players out there to see the ball off the bat and get the good reads. You're a guy that actually seems to get very reads off the bat. What is it in terms of that makes you so successful?
I think it's just luck. Half the time my eyes are closed anyways, and I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But I don't know. It's just, I've been out there for a while, and it's just one of those things. You just have to work hard at it. I mean, you see one fly ball, you've seen them all, but the spins are differently, and the sky is different. I mean, you just have to put in a lot of work, and hopefully in the times that it counts, it pays off.
Seems to be a pretty big difference in this team as far as the approach at the plate and even, in the clubhouse with all the guys being as cheery as they are as compared to last year's squad. Is there a difference in your eyes?
Well, it's a big difference. It's a younger squad than we had last year, and coming into the season, everyone was like, oh, it's a great hitting team. It's a great hitting team. But what it is we're a great team in general. Pitching has led us through the entire season already. If you look at our numbers, home runs were almost last in the league in home runs. Our batting average is middle of the road. But still, we're one game out of first place. It's all owed to our pitchers. They keep us in every game. It's amazing to sit behind those guys and watch them go to work.
Have you ever been with a team that has this much talent, prospect-wise, and also just guys that dominate on the field?
Not at all. Coming into this year, I knew this was the best team I'd ever played on. Just watching them in the clubhouse, they're great guys, seeing what they can do on the field. I know the whole the term prospect gets thrown around, but if there is a true definition of the word prospect, there are a few of them on this team, and it's great to watch them play.
How about contacts with any of the guys that were on last year's squad? Have you talked to Carlos Duncan at all or anybody else that's at AA or AAA now?
Not really. I try not to worry about what everyone else is doing. I'll talk to a few guys like Johnny Rayburn, who's with the High Desert Mavericks, but I just try to worry about myself, and if it happens that I get on AA or AAA team, then so be it. I'll talk to them then, but if not, I'll just sit there and let them do their work. I'm going to do mine.
Seems to be in a pretty good situation right now. You're playing obviously quite a bit. There's only 4 outfielders on this team. You're moving around in the outfield and coming up with the big hits. So Meach is almost forced to put you in the lineup. How about living situation outside? You're with Nick Kimpton right now. Seem to be kind of the mentor for him.
I don't know. The first thing I have to teach Kimpton is to drive on the right side of the road because he is from Australia. We almost got in a few car accidents. So just watching him, it was funny the first time we started driving. He goes, Cooley, listen, you got to teach me how to drive over here. I'm just not used to this whole thing. So, well, it's a big brother kind of thing, but it's great having a kid around. He's doing wonders for his position and his age here in this league. He's a great kid. Little brother, maybe, teammate, 100%, and friend till the end. It's just one of those great things we have.
Last question that I have for you, Coles. How about the difference in terms of hitting coaches? That's really the only change with the Quakes staff this year. Damon Berryhill goes on and moves into the Arizona Diamondbacks organization, and Todd Takayoshi comes up from Class A Cedar Rapids.
Well, it's hard as a player with a new hitting coach every year. With Takayoshi, he knows he's been with I'd say 9 out of the 13 position players last year. And coming up here, he made it clear to the guys that he didn't know. It's going to be hard to work with us because he doesn't really know our approach. He doesn't know our style. And once you get used to a hitting coach that you can trust and you can ask for advice and to see him take off, I mean, it's kind of a mental blow to you. And then a new hitting coach comes in. Obviously, Cedar Rapids had a great hitting squad last year. They made the playoffs, and some of the guys on that team are great hitters. So Todd obviously knows what he's doing, and you know, it's only really a matter of time before I can trust him and all his abilities to help me get a few hits here and there.
Jason Cooley, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on the big hit yesterday. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
You're locked into the All-Com USA pregame show for Quakes baseball here in 2003. The Quakes and the Lake Elsinore Storm are next on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sponsor of Titan Sports. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium's happy hour from 4 to 7, 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers, or the elegance of chicken risotto, or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
When you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you can live large and pay little. At Red Roof Inn, you'll find quality rooms, friendly service, competitive rates, and enjoy complimentary morning coffee and the USA Today. Plus, as a Ready Card Prefer member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With more than 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including nearby in Ontario, San Dimas, Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Victorville. Visit us at redroof.com or call 1-800-RED-ROOF. Live large and pay little at your friendly Red Roof Inn.
Pitch, hammer to left center. Forget about this one. This ball clears the trees in left field. 2, hammer to... Forget about it. How far will this one go? This ball is out of here. There goes the runner. The pitch is a pitch out. They've got him hung up. The throw goes to the shortstop. That's Rayburn. Runs it back to first and throws in time.
It's California League Baseball action with your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes live on KWRM AM 1370. It's brought to you in part by
Alpha Graphics, Red Roof Inn, Country Cross, Laughlin, Nevada, Vineyard Bank, Southern California Housing Development Corporation, Hughes Oil Collection, Carl Bunning, McDonald's, Today in Baseball History, Goodyear Tires, All-Com USA, El Torito Mexican Restaurant, Chili's Restaurant, The Macaroni Grill, SportsJuice.com, California Department of Conservation, Rico, the Mossy Plaza, and the Ontario Improv.
Now, here's Rob Brender, the voice of the Quakes on 1370 AM KWRM Corona.
Gorgeous evening for baseball here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Welcome back live inside as the Quakes get set to take on the Lake Elsinore Storm in game number 2 of this 4-game series. Rancho taking the ball game last night in 11 innings by a count of 4-3. Heroic Jason Cooley style, a long solo home run over the wall in left field. He hit it off of Andrew Kozel to lead off the 11th, and it gave the Quakes their 13th win of the year. They are now 13-10 overall.
They dropped the Lake Elsinore Storm to 13-9, just a half game up on Rancho Cucamonga, as well as the Lancaster Jethawks, who also won their ball game yesterday. So here in game number 2 of the series, the Quakes are going to have Dan Mazingo on the mound against Mike Bumstead, a pitching matchup. Two guys who really haven't thrown the ball that well, to be fair about it, this year. Mazingo walking the house on occasion. Mike Bumstead has really done the same thing for the Lake Elsinore Storm. Quickly, here is the Red Roof Inn starting lineup for the Lake Elsinore Storm. Red knows the road. The center fielder, Freddie Guzman, going to lead things off. He'll be followed by shortstop J.J. Fermaniak. The second baseman, Joshua Barfield, is in the number 3 hole. He's followed by third baseman, Greg Singh. First baseman, Josh Phoenix, will bat in the number 5 spot. The DH, Joe Gerber, hits 6th. Right fielder, Josh Carter, bats 7th. Left fielder, Mike Richardson, hits 8th. And finally, the catcher, Kevin Reinking, will bat in the number 9 spot. Defensively behind Dan Mazingo, Jason Cooley in left, Nick Kimpton in center, Jason Espedo plays right, Casey Smith at third, Tommy Murphy at short, Justin Turner at second, Casey Konchman at first, and Jeff Mathis is doing the catching. Dan Mazingo at 6'2", 190s from Ashtabula, Ohio. Acquired via trade from the White Sox in 2001 from Ashtabula Harbor High School. He was originally taken in the 3rd round by Chicago. The Quakes are in the home whites today with the blue caps, blue and yellow on the letters and numbers. On the other side, the Lake Elsinore Storm are wearing their road grays with red and black. The home plate umpire tonight is Art Stewart. The umpire in the field is Jeffrey Ladders, a brand new crew coming to Rancho Cucamonga. Fastball is bunted foul on the first pitch of the ball game, and we get underway at 7:18. Dan Mazingo 1-3 this season, an ERA of 9.56. He made 2 relief appearances to open the year and then 3 consecutive starts. He is just 1-3 in his last 4 overall appearances. And this ball's popped up right side foul territory. First baseman Casey Konchman has plenty of room, and he makes the catch. So pop out 3 foul, 1 man down here in the first, and to the plate J.J. Fermaniak. Mazingo has thrown 16 1/3 innings now. He's allowed 22 hits, 17 runs, all of them earned. He has struck out 13 batters, but the main issue is that he has walked 14. He has shown much better stuff this year, throwing harder, better curveball, better slider, but he's been wild at times. Fermaniak bats from the right side and breaks his bat, and he lines one softly into center field for a base hit. So J.J. aboard, first pitch swinging. And here comes Joshua Barfield. Mazingo's last start 5 days ago against the Lancaster Jethawks, easily his worst of the season, allowing 6 runs in 3 innings. 5 days earlier than that against Inland Empire, gave up 5 runs in 4 innings. So it has not been a decent sequence of events for him in his last couple of outings, but you figure tonight maybe things can change. Here is Joshua Barfield back on the right side and taking a fastball strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Dan Mazingo facing off against Lake Elsinore last year a total of 2 times, and he was 1-1. He won on the 8th of August, lost on the 3rd. He comes set, the 0-1 delivery, fastball strike over the outside corner, 0-2 the count to Barfield. If you're a left-handed pitcher and you're trying to get out of problems with your control, you're facing off against the Lake Elsinore Storm Club that is not only first in the league in terms of their overall batting average, but they are also tops in the league against left-handed pitching. The 0-2 misses upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 306 against the league in general, and against left-handers, 346. Josh Barfield is up. Fermaniak is at first. 1 man down. We are just underway from the epicenter. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Big, tall left-hander Mazingo comes set and tosses over to first base, checking up on Fermaniak. Fermaniak, a mild threat to run, 4 out of 6 in steals this year. So the Quakes come into the ball game just a half game out of first. They have been in first place for only 1 day thus far here in 2003 as a breaking ball misses low, good stop in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rancho Cucamonga, part of a cluttered mess on top of the South Division. Lake Elsinore, Lancaster, and Inland Empire separated by just 2 games. But Elsinore right now on top. And Barfield's been a big part of that. He's hitting .392. 2-2 delivery, line drive, 1 hop into second baseman Turner, goes to second for 1. The relay throw is in time, and that is a 4-6-3 double play to retire the tie.
So pretty good pitching in the first inning for Dan Mazingo. Gives out a one-up hit. And other than that, nothing across for Lake Elsinore. We go to the home half of the first. No score on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Been riding along today with a team practicing for the 2003 Dragon Boat Festival in Laughlin, Nevada. There's 20 people rowing in each dragon-painted boat. So let's get some questions answered. Excuse me, how long have you been racing?
For 3 years.
Oh, and tell me...
I'm kind of busy right now.
Sure you are. Is this as fast as you can row?
Yes, it's a matter of pace.
Sure it is. Anyway, this year's event will be May 9th and 10th. It's fun to compete or watch because there's so much more than just racing. Spectators can hang out on the shores of the Colorado River, enjoying music, food, and a drumming contest. And you don't want to miss the free concert featuring 10,000 maniacs during the closing ceremonies. Hey, the proceeds will benefit the Children's Miracle Network. Guys, I'm not slowing you down, am I? Whoa, whoa! Oh, for more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to LaughlinDragonBoats.com. Hey, guys, come on!
Titan fans and Pastimes Collectibles knows baseball is a year-round event. Located inside Villa del Sol in downtown Fullerton, Pastimes offers the finest in authenticated sports memorabilia for over a decade. They have every item for every fan, for every budget. From Ruth and Tiger, Jordan, Ali, Montana, and Shaq. You'll find it at Pastimes Collectibles. Where do pros like Nomar Garcia fire shots when they want collectible jerseys, equipment, and artwork? Pastimes Collectibles. Call 714-870-8013. That's 714-870-8013.
Home half of the first inning from the epicenter. Knows where. Here is the Red Roof Inn starting lineup for Bobby Meacham's Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Red knows the road. Murphy, Speedo, and Conchman the top three today. Jeff Mathis in the cleanup spot. The DH Mike Napoli. Jason Cooley, Justin Turner, Casey Smith, and Nick Kimpton, 1 through 9 for Bobby Meacham's Quakes. They'll be up against right-hander Mike Bumstead. Bumstead 6'3", 210. He's a local guy from Big Bear Lake, California, and then Cal State Northridge. Into the wind he goes. First pitch to Tommy Murphy, batting left, is crushed into right field. Carter is racing back near the track, looks up, and this ball's off the wall. Tommy Murphy can fly, and he winds up at second base with a stand-up double. As always, Tommy Murphy going up there hacking right away. And he doubles for the third time on the season. That was almost a home run. Murphy at second base. Here comes Jason Speedo. Defensively for Lake Elsinore, Richardson in left, Guzman in center, Carter in right, Sane at third, Fermaniak at short, Barfield at second, Beanick is at first, and Reinking doing the catching for Bumstead. Speedo bats from the left side. The pitch hit on the ground to second. That'll get the job done. Barfield fields it, throws him out at first, but down to third advances Tommy Murphy. A very productive out, 4-3. And here comes Casey Conchman. Mike Bumstead has made 4 starts this year. This is number 5. 1-0, and ERA of 4.66. Allowed 24 hits, 19 and 2/3 innings, 14 runs, 10 of which have been earned. He has struck out 15, but walked 11. So very fuller starts for each of the pitchers tonight, Mazingo and Bumstead. A bit wild, but both really has very good stuff. And potential to get a lot of outs and a lot of wins. Conchman bats on the left side and takes the fastball down low. The infield will play back for the Storm here in the first inning, so the Quakes can get on the board right here. No score for now. Casey Conchman has the average at 305, but he was 0 for 5 yesterday. 1-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit into right field, and the run is in. Casey Conchman with RBI number 12 on the season and number 2 on the homestand. So Conchman, as always, hitting everything hard. And the Quakes are on the board first tonight, just as they were yesterday. Rancho had a 3-0 lead until the 5th inning last night. Gave up a pair of runs there, and then a single run to the Storm in the 9th. And eventually they would win it in the 11th. Here is Jeff Mathis, righty against righty. The pitch. Fastball is fouled back. After an 0-9 start for the starting pitchers of Lake Elsinore, Mike Bumstead finally gave the staff a win. It was all the way back on the 19th against Stockton.
Gave up no runs in 5 2/3 innings that day. It is his only win on the season as well. 5 days ago against San Jose, gave up 5 runs in only 3 2/3 as Mathis lines this one foul off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes. Bumstead signed as a free agent in 2001. He came to a tryout camp for the San Diego Padres. Pitched all 4 years for Cal State Northridge. Actually began his career in the San Diego farm chain as a closer. That was with Fort Wayne in 2001. The 0-2 pitch to Mathis misses up high. He collected 17 saves for Fort Wayne before getting a call up to Lake Elsinore. Finished 2001 with the Storm, making 19 relief outings, no saves, and ERA was right around 7. And then last year they converted him into a... He made 27 appearances, 26 out of the starting role. The 1-2 is in on the ground to first. This could be 2. Beanick goes to second for 1. The relay throw is not nearly in time. Good job just to get the lead runner. Fielder's choice, 3-6. Toxman a raise, Mathis aboard, 2 men down, and here comes the DH, Mike Napoli. Bumstead tied for 3rd in the San Diego system in wins last year with 10. And he was tied for the Lake Elsinore lead at the same time. 10 and 10, an ERA of 4.82. Threw an awful lot of innings, 145 and 2/3, and he struck out 108. Here is Mike Napoli. He had the day off yesterday. Right-handed batter takes the fastball and misses downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Bumstead, an all-star with Fort Wayne mid-season style in 2001. He not only led Fort Wayne in saves, but also games finished with 31 of those. To the set he comes. Stares at first. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Good fastball. Bumstead's not overpowering. The fastball, 85 to 90. Top out at about 91. Pretty good overhand curveball. Decent changeup. And a cutter. It's really not a slider. At first base, Jeff Mathis. Pretty good speed on him. Bumstead's 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. That was really the cut looking fastball. It breaks similar to a slider. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mike Napoli's average is down to 191 on the year. And all but 2 of his 9 hits have come against the San Bernardino ball club, who's struggling against everybody else. And takes a breaking ball for a call strike, 2-2. Napoli 9 out of 47 on the season. Has 4 doubles, 5 driven in. Thus far on the homestand, 1 out of 8 with 1 of those 4 doubles. The Quakes have a run on the board early. 1 Rancho Cucamonga. Napoli digs back in, the 2-2, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a good fastball. So that retires the tie, but Rancho scores the early run. Leadoff double from Tommy Murphy, and an RBI single from Casey Koshman. We go to the second, 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Vineyard Bank is located in a special town with a rich heritage. The historic Route 66 highway and the old vineyards may be reminders of generation past, but the game of baseball is still very much a vibrant part of hometown America today. As your local bank, we're proud to be a part of this thriving community, and we see it as our obligation to help families and businesses realize their dreams. Whether you're buying a new home or expanding your business, we want you to think of us first. Creativity, ingenuity, and flexibility are words that we live by. It reflects our style of banking and our commitment to our customers and the community at large. Whatever your perception of Vineyard Bank, we invite you to take a closer look. As your hometown bank, we welcome the opportunity to serve you. Call Vineyard Bank at 1-800-442-4996 and check us out.
Hi, this is the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Rob Brenner. I enjoy my job and all, but sometimes I even need to get away. Let me tell you about a little place called Laughlin, Nevada. You don't need a major league salary to enjoy it. It's got great hotels, lively entertainment, and exciting Colorado River action for a reasonable price. You choose me to bring you great sports coverage, so trust me that this is a great spot to visit. For more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or click on visitlaughlin.com. Laughlin, Nevada. Play the way you like it.
Top half of the second inning from the epicenter. It's 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga. Left-hander Dan Mazingo will face Greg Stain, John Bienick, and then Joe Gerber. As batters 4, 5, and 6. Manager Jeff Gardner's Lake Elsinore Storm lineup. 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga. RBI single from Casey Kochman, which followed up a double off the outfield fence from Tommy Murphy. See if the Quakes can make it hold up today. Dan Mazingo toes the rubber and goes into the line. His pitch to right-handed batting Greg Stain is a fastball that misses up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Dan Mazingo has had problems with leadoff batters in just about any inning. They're hitting .385 against him. This ball is fouled back, 1 ball and 1 strike. You'd figure that his numbers against right-handers would be down a bit more than it is as well because of a very good cut fastball. But the righties are hitting .391. Let's see what Stain can do right here. Looks at a fastball that misses downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Greg Stain's average is at .340 on the campaign. Began in 2002 on the disabled list following shoulder surgery, but he's obviously back and feeling pretty good. Doesn't wear any batting gloves. The 2-1 misses low and outside. Now the count of 3 balls and 1 strike. Mazingo has had an awful tendency of working himself into jams early in ball games because of walks. Not usually hits. The 3-1 is fouled back. You look at his last outing 5 days ago against Lancaster, walking 4 in just 3 1/3 innings on the mound. And that includes 3 very early walks, all in the second inning. Into the wind he goes, the 3-2 pitch, misses low, so there's ball 4, and he wants the leadoff man Greg Stain here in the second. To the plate comes John Bienick. John Bienick at .329 on the year. So not too much worse than Greg Stain's .340. Some of these averages are awfully impressive, even if we're only 3.5 weeks into the regular season. Mazingo to the belt, the pitch. Fastball misses low, and a snap throw down to first is not in time. Greg Stain trying to get a head start towards second base, but couldn't do so there. On deck is Joe Gerber. Mazingo splitting time last year between Cedar Rapids and then Rancho Cucamonga. He has certainly looked better this year than he did all of last. Swing and a miss, 1-1. His stuff has improved so much. The fastball has gained a couple of miles an hour. The cutter is more accurate and deadly to right-handed batters. The overhand curveball has improved as well. The middle infielders want to turn 2 here, and a throw will go to first base. They did turn 2 already in the ball game. A double play in the first that got Mazingo through mild trouble. Rancho Cucamonga will play Lake Elsinore tomorrow and then again on Thursday here at the epicenter. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Good fastball, 1-2. Old 7-15 affairs, Irvin Santana, the Magic Man, goes tomorrow. And he'll be up against right-hander Mike Thompson. Thursday, left-hander Joe Torres against fellow lefty Tom Lapari. And tickets are available for both of those games by calling 909-481-5252. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Did he go? They appeal. Yep, he did. Strike 3. The Phoenix out of there. First strikeout for Dan Mazingo. That's really not a very good angle for the umpire, Jeffrey Ladders, to make that kind of a call. He's standing just to the right of the mound. But he did. So Phoenix punched out, and here comes the DH, Joe Gerber. Gerber's a guy we really don't know too much about. To tell you that he played independent ball for Kalamazoo, Michigan last year, was signed as a free agent in the offseason. Left-handed batter, holds the bat around his waist. The pitch, swing and a miss. Took a big rip. Joe's a fairly large guy, 6'2", 220. Originally from Portland, Oregon. At the plate, 8 for his last 26, so he's getting hot. I was talking to Sean McCall, the broadcaster for Lake Elsinore, before the game about Gerber, as the 0-1 is a call strike over the outside corner. And he said, Gerber has that Babe Ruth-like stance, and he really does. Holding the hands down low, doesn't wear any batting gloves. If you ever watch tapes of Ruth, he almost walks up to the baseball, moving the back leg as much as he does the front one. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Took a wave at a breaking ball, and down he goes. So 2 men away here in the second inning. Back-to-back punch-outs from Mazingo. Spain still at first, and here comes Josh Carter.
Number 11, Josh Carter.
That is Mazingo's 15th strikeout on the year against 15 walks. If you look at his numbers last year for the Quakes, he struck out 28, walked 21 in 41 and 2/3 innings. A couple of scores to report around the Cal League very early tonight. We'll get to those in a second. Pitch on the way is a fastball that misses low and in to Josh Carter. They're playing a doubleheader, Bakersfield and Visalia. In Game 1, Visalia defeated Bakersfield 2-1. Bottom of the second in Game 2, no score. Josh Carter 0 for 5 yesterday. The 1-0 is foul back. The batting average down to 254 on the season. Mild power, 3 doubles, no homers, however, and 3 runs batted in. But a guy last year that hit 5 home runs for Eugene in the Northwest League. And another guy who had arm problems. He had Tommy John surgery following the 2001 season. The 1-1 misses low, another good stop in the dirt by Mathis. He would start 2002 on the disabled list, missed about a month, and then came up with Eugene. Finally got a call up to Fort Wayne by the end of the season, played 77 games with them, and would hit 268. The 2-1 misses high. Now the count of 3 balls and 1 strike. You obviously do not want to walk Carter and put the tying run into scoring position. On deck, Mike Richardson. Carter's a California guy. He's from Fallbrook. Went to Oregon State and taken out of the 14th round in 2001. The 3-1, there goes the runner, and the ball's fouled back. So Same will have to return to first. And Lake Elsinore figuring we're going to send him on 3-2 anyway. Might as well send him right here. Trying to even up the score. Quakes already with a 1-0 advantage. Josh Carter. The guy has played in 16 of Lake Elsinore's 22 games to this point. 3-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Fastball on the inside corner. Strike 3 call. And after the leadoff walk to Grez Sane, Mazingo comes back to fan the next 3 that he faced. After 1.5 innings of play, it's 1-0 Rancho on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The Mossy Plaza on Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga is home to some of the finest cuisine in the Inland Empire. Come enjoy a taste of Japan like you never have experienced before at Wabi Sabi, offering a full sushi bar and hibachi grill. Go south of the border and enjoy the best Mexican food in town at Felipe's Tanqueria. Feel like you're floating down a river in Venice as you bite into a pizza at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurant, the new home for the Quakes radio postgame show after every Wednesday home game. Sit back and watch that night's big games as you drink microbrew beer and try one of the best burgers in Rancho at Compass Creek. There's nothing like good barbecue, and Woody's makes it happen. And if you're looking for that late-night meal, stop by Denny's for everything from breakfast to dinner and at any time of the day. All of this can be found at the Mossy Plaza, the place to dine in Rancho Cucamonga on Foothill Boulevard, located right next to the epicenter.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Home man for the second inning, 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga. The Quakes will send Jason Cooley, Justin Turner, and Casey Smith to the dish. Batters 6, 7, and 8 against the right-hander Mike Bumstead. The only RBI in the game thus far off the bat of Casey Kochman. Koch is starting to come out of the doldrums when it comes to the runs batted in. He had a span of about 6 games in a row without an RBI, without a home run, but eventually homered in the ball game against Lancaster 2 days ago, and has an RBI single already in the first inning tonight. So Jason Cooley going to lead things off for Rancho Cucamonga. The dramatic 11th inning home run last night over the wall in left field. It actually hit the scoreboard in left. Cooley getting used to hitting long home runs against these Lake Elsinore Storm. You look back to August of last year. Pitch to Cooley, breaking ball strike over the outside corner. He is a dead fastball hitter. And back on August the 6th and August the 7th of 2002, he turned around 2 of the best fastball pitchers in this league. The 0-1 delivery. This is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The first day it was Michael Nicholas in the 8th inning. The next day it was Rusty Tucker in the 9th. Both of them throw in the upper 90s. The 1-1 to Coles. Fastball misses the outside edge, 2-1. Those 2 home runs eventually won games for Rancho Cucamonga. And the walk-off shot last night. Of course, he also had the walk-off home run on opening day of 2002. The 2-1 pitch hit hard to the left side and through the hole. Base hit into left field. So Cooley remains hot. He's now hit safely in 8 of his last 10 games. And Jason aboard for Justin Turner. That home run, of course, yesterday night ended the ball game in the 11th inning. It's the only extra inning game that the Quakes have played to this point in the season. Not only that, but it made a loser out of the Lake Elsinore Storm for the first time in extras. They were 3-0. And it also came after a point where their bullpen had done a yeoman's effort, shutting down the Quakes completely between the 7th and the 10th. Pitch to Justin Turner. Fastball catches the outside corner as he bats from the left side. At one point, the Quakes would go in order in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then eventually the leadoff home run in the 11th. It came off of Andrew Koval. So the set goes Bumstead. Cooley a pretty big lead at first. And a breaking ball is swung on and missed. 0-2 to Justin Turner. Turner is right now the club leader in strikeouts with 22 of them. And the batting average is all the way back down to 220. So trying to cut down on the punch outs and get the batting average up. Bumstead to the set, the 0-2. Hit on the ground slowly to third base. Should only have one play. They go down to second for the force, and that's it. So fielder's choice, 5-4, erasing Cooley. Turner aboard, 1 man down, and here comes Casey Smith. Casey at 259 on the season. He homered in the ball game last night. It was the first run on the board for either team. Casey's average at 259 now. He's hit safely in 2 out of his last 3 and 5 of his last 7. 6-4, 34 in his last 10. So Smith, another guy who's picking it up with the power numbers, but the overall average is down a bit. Right-handed batter using an open stance. Bumstead finally sees the one that he wants. King sets away, and he'll throw over to first base. Justin Turner with no stolen base attempts this year. Although a guy that does have pretty good speed. He stole 7 bags last year for Cedar Rapids. And 9 the year before that with Provo. The pitch. Change, misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. On deck, Nick Kimpton. The Quakes have not been hitting right-handed pitching at all this year. Just 254 as a group. So you look up and down this lineup, very balanced in terms of right-handed batters and left-handed batters, so really no reason for it. Another throw over to first base. The Quakes are primed and ready to make a move. It's just a matter of time. It appears as though the snowball is starting to roll down the hill and collect some speed. They've won back-to-back ball games. Bumstead peaks at first, the 1-0. Breaking ball misses downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Rancho taking 2 out of 3 over last weekend against the Lancaster Jethawks and taking the first game against Lake Elsinore last night and going for win number 2 in this series. They have a 1-0 lead here in the home half of the second. Casey Smith, a guy who probably will get a call up at some point this season, a AA or AAA. There goes the runner from first. Ball swung on and missed. Throw down to second base. He's a dead duck. So Justin Turner is caught stealing 2-4. 2 men down, and Smith with a 2 ball and 1 strike count. Tried to protect the runner the best that he could, but Turner's jump was not a very good one. Kevin Reinking showed a very good arm there. Guy that hasn't been catching very often. Trepsniak, who caught the ball game last night, gets the day off today, so Reinking with a rare start. It's just his 9th game played. The 2-1 to Smith, hit in the air foul off to the right and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Casey's a very mature guy. He went to college, graduated from Troy State. Married, he has a child already. Excellent clubhouse guy. The fellows love having him around. Joke around with him all the time about his southern accent. From Alabama. About some of the things he occasionally says on the bus as well. The 2-2 pitch. Dribbles foul straight back. He barely stays alive. Casey, a guy that can play second. He can play short. Done an unbelievable job defensively at third this year. He's now showing power for the first time in his career. So you figure that the Angels organization really fallen in love with Casey Smith. The 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground towards third. Easy play for Sane. And Casey's counterpart throws him out. 5-3. That retires the side. A leadoff single for Jason Cooley, but nothing aboard for Rancho Cucamonga. We go to the third, 1-0 Quakes on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Welcome to What's Your Excuse? Where contestants try to stump me with their best excuses. Please welcome Sandy.
Hi.
Sandy says she never eats breakfast, so what's your excuse?
Breakfast is boring.
Ooh, but Sandy, McDonald's has tons of fresh variety. Like the Egg McMuffin, breakfast bagels, even a deluxe breakfast platter with just about everything.
There's no time.
McDonald's is quick and right around the corner.
Cost too much?
Oh, sorry, Sandy. Everyone knows McDonald's is the best value in town, and you're out of time. Come on, everybody!
McDonald's, we love to use time. A participating restaurant during breakfast hours only.
Giving hope to over 20,000 people in need every year, Hope Through Housing Foundation helps people make lifelong changes in themselves, their families, and their communities. Hope provides the tools and resources people need to make new lives for themselves, after-school programs for youth, career development programs for adults, health and wellness programs for seniors, right where people live, in low-income communities where the need is the greatest. Please join us in making a difference in the life of a child, a family, in the life of communities. For more information about Hope, please call 888-917-6225, extension 122, or visit us at hopethroughhousing.org. Hope, enriching lives and empowering communities.
There in left field, it's the guy that...
1-0 Rancho Cucamonga as we go to the top half of the third inning. Dan Mazingo has looked very sharp on the mound early on. He's walked one, but he has struck out three. And all three came in succession to end the second. Here in the third, they'll face Mike Richardson, Kevin Reinking, and then Freddie Guzman, batters 8-9, I want to beg your pardon, in the Lake Elsinore Storm lineup. This is meeting number 2 out of 27 total meetings between the two teams this year. So they will see each other often. And at both ballparks, of course. Fun team to watch. If you have a chance, get out to the Epicenter tomorrow or Thursday. Fastball hit hard, but foul off to the right. No balls and one strike. Well, the third chapter now in the saga of Ozzie the Osprey. Ozzie the Osprey is the bird that was hit by Jae-Kook Ryu, a 19-year-old South Korean pitcher for the Class A Daytona Cubs. That was all the way back in April the 21st. Ryu, supposedly standing there and during batting practice, tried several times to hit the bird and missed it, but finally made contact, busting its eye. This ball popped up right side, foul territory. Kochman near the stand, makes the catch. Pop out 3, foul. That's 4 in a row set down by Dan Mazingo, and here comes Kevin Reinking, the 9th-place batter. Well, the shame of it is that Ozzie the Osprey has now died. Hit in the eye with that baseball from Jae-Kook Ryu. Ryu has already been demoted. That was about a week ago to Class A Lansing in the Midwest League. And now, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is going to press charges against him. They would pay up to $500 in fines and a 60-day term in jail. No ball, no strikes to Kevin Reinking. Into the line, Mazingo, the 1-0. Line drive into shallow right field, and this one's going to land for a base hit. So Reinking aboard, second into the ball game for Lake Elsinore. And back to the top of the order for Freddie Guzman. Not only is, of course, Ryu been demoted, but the Cubs organization not happy at all, and you can almost bet that if he wasn't a prospect, he may have been cut by now. But the sad story, Ozzie the Osprey is no longer. And to the plate, Freddie Guzman, it was 0 for 1. Right-handed batter, the pitch. Fastball misses low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Guzman popping out to Kochman and foul ground back at the first. So he is now 2 for 6 in the series. A double, a run batted in. He stole 2 bags all last night. At first base, Reinking, mild speed. The 1-0. Fastball missing downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, thank you.
Ernie Guzman, formerly Pedro de los Santos, had the name change in the offseason. Gained about 2 years in age. A guy who was still considered to be a big-time prospect at the San Diego farm system. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Guzman, not a big guy by any means. 5'10", 165, but he possesses fantastic speed. At Santo Domingo. Last year, he was the Padres minor leaguer that led everything in steals. Fastball for a call strike, 3-1. 69 of them combined between Fort Wayne, Eugene, and Lake Elsinore. Only had 81 at-bats for the Storm last year, but he would steal 14 bases. The 0-1. Hit on the ground to third. This could be 2, but it's booted by Smith. Backed up by the shortstop, Murphy. He has no play. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Casey Smith. And down to second goes Kevin Reinke. Smith may have been thinking about the speed of Guzman. Certainly got a short hop anyway. Didn't make the play any easier. So now 2 men are on. Still only 1 out, and here comes J.J. Fermaniak. For Casey Smith, that is his 3rd error on the season. To the set, Dan Mazingo. The pitch on the way to Fermaniak. Breaking ball and a beauty. No balls and 1 strike. Mazingo has not had to throw very many curveballs early on. He's going more with the fastball, the cutter, and the changeup. But of course, the curveball may be his best pitch, so you'll see a lot of that, especially as the game wears on. Got to mix it in. The 0-1 pumped him up. Right side of the infield. Now into very shallow right. Out goes Turner. In comes Espedo. And the Quakes right fielder, Jason Espedo, makes the catch. 2 men down for Joshua Barfield. With Mazingo gaining so much confidence on the mound, or at least you'd have to figure that off his great spring training where he did not allow a run, he would be gaining confidence. He will now rely on the fastball much more than he would have earlier in his career. This guy's only 23 years of age, but he's been around for a long time. Taken originally all the way back in 1998. But straight out of high school. Pitch to Barfield, changed for a call strike, 0-1. This is a fastball league, says every single coach. But with that, not trying to go up there really and fool anybody right away. Throw the heat, set up the breaking ball. The 0-1. Breaking ball whacked to third, but caught by Casey Smith, and that retires the side. So Barfield hit it hard, but nothing to show for it, and the Storm strand a pair here in the 3rd inning. Middle of the 3rd from the epicenter, 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sponsor of Titan Sports. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium's happy hour from 4 to 7, 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers, or the elegance of chicken risotto, or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
1-0 Rancho as we go to the home half of the third inning. Mike Bumstead will face batters 9, 1, and 2 in Bobby Meacham's lineup. Nick Kempton, Tommy Murphy, and then Jason Speedo. So as I said earlier, the Quakes will be home tomorrow and Thursday against these very same Lake Elsinore Storm before they hit the road for 3 games up in high desert against the Mavericks, who right now hold the worst record in the South Division at 8-16 overall. Not only have they been playing poorly most of the season, but especially as of late, having lost 6 consecutive outings, just 3-7 in their last 10. So the Quakes will go there. They'll get a day off next Monday and then start another homestand as the visiting Stockton Ports will come to town. Pitch to left-handed batting Nick Kempton as a breaking ball for a call strike. 0-1 the count. Kempton entered the ballgame as a pinch hitter yesterday and went 0 for 1. On the year, he's batting .250. The 0-1 offering. Line drive foul off to the left and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes. Kempton went through a span very recently of 5 consecutive games without a hit. He finally collected one in the ball game on Sunday, actually 2 of them. And now 15 hits on the year. The 0-2 pitch, broken bat looper on the infield left side. It gets over the head of Bumstead, backed up by Stain. The throw sails over everybody. It'll go off the protective barrier, and that will hold Kempton at first. That'll be an infield single for Nick Kempton. Third Quakes hit. Not an easy play, especially considering his speed. So Kempton aboard, and back to the top of the order we go for Tommy Murphy. Murphy, the key to the Quakes scoring the only run thus far. Led off the home half of the first inning, swinging at the first pitch and hammering it off the right field wall. Murphy does have very good power. And it's funny that most of the power comes from the left side of the plate, considering the fact that he's a natural right-handed batter. Shows bunt, takes a breaking ball for a call strike. Murphy hit 4 home runs last year playing for Cedar Rapids. Seems as though ever since he picked up switch hitting, the average from the natural side has gone way down. But from the left, much better. To the set goes Bumstead, peaks at first, the 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Murphy's average this year is .272. They've got 6 doubles, pair of triples, 2 runs batted in. He's hitting .310 as a left-handed batter. The righty Bumstead staring in at catcher Kevin Reinking. He sets way outside. The 0-2, hit on the ground slowly to second. This could be 2. Barfield goes to Fermaniak for 1. The relay is not in time. That combination, Kempton and Murphy, runs far too well. So fielder's choice, 4-6. Kempton erased, 1 man down. Murphy is first, and here comes Jason Speedo. Speedo had an 8-game hitting streak broken in the ballgame last night when he went 0 for 4. But he did sacrifice the run in. And the RBI was his 9th on the year. Speedo is playing right now with a partial crack in his right shoulder. The ball found to be cracked during an x-ray exam earlier this afternoon. Pitch to him, line drive, foul. Into the right field bullpen. Really got around on that one. He says that the crack in the bone doesn't affect him at all when he's swinging. You can see that right there. The only time it really hurts him, and it really hurts him, is when he goes to throw. So in right field, you figure a guy who's supposed to have a very good arm, and he usually does, will now be, well, maybe an average arm at best. But despite that, the Quakes and Bobby Meacham love to get him in the lineup. Left-handed batter with very good power. He's homered once this year. It came in the Sunday win against Lancaster. He's also doubled 3 times. Very similar numbers in his last 2 seasons, 2001 and 2000, both with Winston-Salem of the Carolina League. A bluff at first and a fastball misses downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Speedo hit .253 last year for Winston-Salem, 6 homers, 36 driven in. In 2001, he hit .254, 6 homers, 35 driven in. Almost paralleled the numbers. Bumstead to the set. The 1-1. Breaking ball, misses low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jason Speedo. Casey Kochman waits on deck. Thus far on the homestand, Speedo 2 for 9. And not too bad to say you've been hitting safely in 8 of your last 9 games entering this one. with his hit streak ending. The longest hit streak on the team is Nick Gourneau's. This ball is uncorked to shortstop, caught in the air by Permaniak. The throw back to first is in time, and that is a double play. Line out 6. Murphy is picked off from first base, 6-3. For the Quakes in the third, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We move to the fourth, 1-0 Rancho on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Marrakesh red, copper blush, Tuscan clay. These are what the fashionistas in marketing have decided will be the trendy colors this year. And with a Ricoh color laser printer, anyone can afford spectacular, eye-catching color output. And like I've been telling you, it's all about the output. So break out of your pigmentally deprived pack and flash a little chromatic creativity. Call Ricoh. You'll find them in the Tunisian lemon pages. Ricoh, dependable,
This is Rob Bushko, voice for the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Join baseball coach George Horton and I live on location at the Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. for Titan Talk here on 1370 KWRM. It's your chance to ask questions of the coach and the Titan baseball players. You can answer trivia for some great prizes and enjoy food and drink specials as well, like $1 pints. If you can't join us, listen live on KWRM or on the web at titansports.org. Titan Talk with George Horton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on KWRM.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Top half of the fourth inning, it's 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga. The Lake Elsinore Storm will have Greg Stain, John Phoenix, and then Joe Gerber, batters 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup. Just want to let you know that we have another score update. Top half of the third inning, Lancaster with a 5-0 lead on the High Desert Mavericks as they play up in Lancaster. And we will try to keep that game on the update list for tonight because, of course, Rancho Cucamonga starts the night even with Lancaster. Each team at 13-10. The line goes Mazingo. The pitch to right-handed batting Greg Stain is a fastball and misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Greg Stain walked in the second inning. Only walk surrendered right now by Mazingo. And he looked pretty good lately. The 1-0 pitch. Change misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Greg Stain from Torrance, California, then the University of San Diego. 5th round draft choice back in 2001. 2-0 pitch. It's foul off to the right. 2 balls and 1 strike. Stain's batting average at .340 on the season. He's 13 for his last 39. That was a 2001 Northwest League All-Star. He would lead the league that year in home runs with 16 of them. 2-1 pitch misses high. Stain, the right-handed batter, also hit .293 that year with Eugene. So you figure you played about 70 games, you hit 16 home runs. That's not bad. And a fastball misses high, ball 4. The second time that Mazingo has walked Stain to lead off an inning. The second, and here again in the fourth. And here comes John Phoenix. Once again, Dan likes to live dangerously. Attention business owners, wireless internet access is now available for your business at prices much less at Landline T1. It's powered by Sky River Communications, the premier wireless provider serving Southern California. Starting at $175 a month, the ultimate internet can have you connected in 3 days or less. This ball's grounded up the first base line. It's rolling back fair, fielded by Kochman, and he will go to the bag in time. A cue shot. Had the major spin on it, and Phoenix is out of there, 3 unassisted. To second base goes Stain, and to the plate, the DH, Joe Gerber. Contact Ultimate Internet at 1-800-982-6898. That's 800-982-6898. Call now, and you also get free email, free web hosting, and free technical support. Joe Gerber's 0 for 1. One of 3 consecutive strikeout victims in the second inning for Dan Mazingo. He got Gerber on fastballs up and in, and then a breaking ball low and away. Pitch on the way is a curve that misses inside. He never really tried to get out of the way of it, but did. 1 ball and no strikes. Gerber's average at .333 on the season. 7 doubles, 2 homers, and he's driven in 12. Hot lately, 8 for his last 27. And with runners in scoring position, he's hitting .316. 1-0 pitch. Pumped him up. Took a massive cut. This ball's into shallow right center. Out goes Turner. In comes Espedo, and Jason makes the catch. 2 men down. And Greg Sane remains at second base for Josh Carter. Don't forget, folks, that after the ball game tomorrow night, the Quakes will have their first post-game show at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurante, located in the Mossy Plaza here in Rancho Cucamonga. And that's just a stone's throw from the epicenter, just beyond the left field fence. That's Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurante here in Rancho Cucamonga. For further information, call 909-481-5000, extension 264. Mazingo looks at second base, the pitch. Breaking ball misses. No, they call a strike to Carter. Nothing in one. With that, the Quakes will have many of their players and coaches over there. They have a full bar and also lots of great Italian cuisine. Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurante will be over there about a half hour after the game ends. Come on by. Mazingo's 0-1. Hit off the fifth foul to the right side and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Josh Carter's out of Fallbrook, as I mentioned earlier. Instead of going to school here in California, he decided that he likes the Northwest. So he went up to Oregon State. That is a beautiful part of the country if you haven't been to Oregon before. Whether it's Oregon or even Washington. Absolutely gorgeous. The 0-2. Breaking ball. Did he go around? And Quakes aren't even going to appeal this one. And the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mathis popped up, applied a tag, but no strike called. Seattle and Portland, the crown jewels of the Northwest, as well as Vancouver, if you want to go a little bit further up the road. The outfield straight away. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and in. Mathis is blocking everything. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Mike Richardson. It's 1-0 Quakes, top of the 4th inning. The runner at second base, Greg Sane. He let off the frame with a base on balls. As catcher Jeff Mathis goes to the mound, puts his arm around Dan Mazingo, just tries to stem the tide a bit and work him through this 4th inning. The Quakes getting on the board early the last few games, but still not putting together huge rallies and managing to barely squeak by a couple of wins. That is living dangerously. The 2-2, fastball line to right field. Espedo comes in, and he makes the catch. Just on top of the outfield grass. Line out, 9. That retires the side. After 3.5 innings of play from the epicenter, it's 1-0 Rancho on the KWRF Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
It's lunchtime, and you're up to bat. What are you going to put on their plates now? Syrup sandwiches made with Buttigs this season, and you'll set the record for most home runs. Carl Buttigs original thin sliced meats are always a hit because they come in 10 tasty varieties, including beef, ham, corned beef, and turkey. Hit a home run. Bring home some Buttigs meats today. Buttigs, where taste, quality, and value all meet.
3-0 pitch.
Hi, this is Rob Bushka, voice of Cal State Fullerton basketball and baseball. You know, not a day goes by that people don't say, you got a great job, you're a sports broadcaster, how did you get into it? Well, that's easy. BroadcasterTraining.com, your answer is just a click away. At BroadcasterTraining.com, you'll pay a fraction to get into the business of what you pay at one of those broadcasting schools, plus you learn from the best in the business. It doesn't matter whether you want to be in sports, talk radio, or even be a DJ. BroadcasterTraining.com is the place to go. With over a 95% placement rate, there is no better choice than BroadcasterTraining.com. Look them up for the lowest rates around on the web. You pick the station to train at in your local area. BroadcasterTraining.com. It'll work for you.
Home man for the 4th inning. The Quakes will have Kochman, Mathis, and Napoli, the heart of their order against right-hander Mike Bumstead, and they already have a 1-0 lead. Casey Kochman is the guy that got him on the board, an RBI single in the first. Kochman bats from the left side. The outfield plays him to go the other way, and a breaking ball misses in. Well, there's another Matsui out there, and according to reports, Kazuo Matsui, a shortstop with the Oryx Blue Wave, is a guy that might wind up being better than the current Matsui. That's Hideki, of course. Swing and a miss is a good change, 1-1. They called him the Big Matsui and the Little Matsui last year. People are saying the Little Matsui could be the best shortstop by a second baseman in either league should he come over. The line goes Bumstead, the 1-1 to Casey Kochman. This is in with a fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike. He hit 332 home runs for the Giants, did the Big Matsui before he came over. They have to figure that this is a guy that's not going to have as much power. But last year, the Mini Matsui hit 35 home runs. The 2-1 pitch to Kochman, misses low, 3 balls and 1 strike. The Little Matsui hitting .423 against major leaguers during all those exhibition games that they played over in Japan after the season ends. That's as compared to the Big Matsui, who hit just .161. 3-1 to Kochman, misses high, and that's a leadoff walk. So Casey's been aboard both times. And here comes Jeff Mathis. First walk issued by Mike Bumstead. Of course, there are all these rules in Japan now. Where under the system, Japanese players can file for unrestricted free agency when they finish their 10th year of playing. Before then, Japanese teams must post a player to be purchased. And Major League Baseball must place a blind bid if they're interested. That is how Seattle wound up obtaining Ichiro. This ball looped in the air down the right field line. Long run for Carter, and he's not going to get there. It lands for a hit. Kochman rounds second and heads for third. The relay throw not in time. A blue single for Jeff Mathis, putting runners at the corners with nobody out. And here comes Mike Napoli as the Quakes look to pad their lead. The Seattle Mariners wound up paying $12 million just for the right to negotiate with Hideki, or rather with Ichiro, beg your pardon. With that, of course, they eventually wound up signing him. I know they outbid the Yankees and the Mets in particular. That was a couple of years ago now. No sign as to how high the bids will go for the Little Matsui. The infielders, for the most part, are back. Pitch to Napoli is a fastball that misses low and away. At third base, Sane is about halfway. Up the middle for Maniac and Barfield at double play depth. And at first, Beanick is holding the runner Mathis on. The Quakes with a jewel of an opportunity right here to add to their lead. To the set goes Bumstead. The 1-0. Breaking ball and a beauty. No balls and 2 strikes, or beg your pardon, 1 ball, 1 strike rather, to Mike Napoli. One of the major league players that went over to Japan and played against Little Matsui said that he's one of the more unbelievable guys that they saw over there, if not the best. The 1-1. Fastball missing in, 2 balls and 1 strike. His season last year with the Pacific League champion Cebu Lions. 332 average, 36 homers, 87 driven in. So the guy's a 3-time Gold Glove Award winner as well. Bumstead looks at the runners, the 2-1. Breaking ball, good one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He also is a 6-time All-Star in Japan, led the Pacific League in hits twice, and stolen bases 3 times, and once in the Pacific League MVP. More than likely, we will see him somewhere in the major leagues next year. The runner at third, Kochman. The runner at first, Mathis. Still nobody out. The 2-2 to Napoli. Breaking ball hit hard to short and under the glove of a diving Maniac into center field. The run is in from third. Stopping at second is Jeff Mathis. It's 2-0 Rancho Cucamonga. Gives Napoli his second hit on the homestand, his 10th on the year, and RBI number 6. And the Quakes have the 2-0 lead, and no sign that this rally is going to slow down. First and second, still nobody out. And here comes Jason Cooley. Cooley is already 1 for 1 in the game. Now 1 out of 4 against Mike Bumstead in his career. Cooley on the year with the average, back up around 280. At third base, Greg Sane in at the edge of the grass. Cooley's not going to be bunted. And the breaking ball misses low and in, 1 ball and no strikes. There is no chance fact, I don't remember Cooley laying down a bunt at all last year. A guy with major power. 12 home runs in 2002 with the Quakes. 9 the year before that with Cedar Rapids. 10 in the year 2000 with Boise. The 1-0. Fastball misses low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Mike Bumstead running into problems here in the 4th inning. He has had at least 1 or 2 base runners on in every inning thus far. Struggling again here in the 4th. Very fortunate that at this point he's only down 2-0. But that can change in an awful hurry. The 2-0 to Cooley. Breaking ball misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. Now if you want Cooley, you load the bases. Got Justin Turner waiting on deck. And you have to know that the Storm bench starting to get a little bit nervous over there. Manager Jeff Gardner and pitching coach Gary Lance are up on the railing. The 3-0 to Cooley. Swing and a miss. Turns loose on the fastball and just got up underneath it. And now the count at 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, you know, Meacham figures that Cooley's going good right now. No sense in holding him back. Going to see a fastball at 3-0, and he's probably going to see another one here at 3-1. Let's see if we can tattoo one. He calls time. Cooley loves facing the Lake Elsinore Storm. Absolutely loves it. For some reason, just gets up for it. Bumstead to the belt. Looks at the runners. The 3-1. Fastball is popped up right side of the infield. Second baseman Joshua Barfield calling everybody off and backpedals on the outfield grass and makes the catch. That's a big first out for Mike Bumstead. Runners remain at first and second now for Justin Turner. Boston Red Sox today plays Chad Fox, their save leader, on the 15-day label list with a strained left oblique muscle. If you remember, back to Sunday, Fox blew the save. That was against the Anaheim Angels as part of that 14-inning roller coaster that the Boston Red Sox would eventually win. But Fox, part of that bullpen by committee system, being applied right now by the Red Sox. Swing and a miss by Turner, 0-1. They're hoping, praying in Boston that Ramiro Mendoza can finally come around. And down in the minor leagues right now, they have Michael Nicholas, former pitcher for Lake Elsinore. Maybe he can eventually get the call up. Bumstead 0-1 to Turner. Misses low and in. Ball scoots away from the catcher Reinking, but not far enough. So both the runners will hold. 1 ball and 1 strike to Turner with Casey Smith on deck. Mike Nicholas pitching in this league last year for the Lake Elsinore Storm. The Padres putting him on waivers. He was picked up by Milwaukee 2 weeks ago and then traded to the Red Sox. According to reports, he did not look very good in his first outing at Double-A. As Bumstead will step off the rubber. The Dodgers today put Paul Shuey on the DL. 15 days with a sprained right knee. Shuey's 2-1 this year, an ERA of .68. This ball is grounded foul up the first base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Turner. So Shuey on the DL as well as Guillermo Mota. The Dodgers struggling to get everybody healthy. The Rangers putting Ismael Valdez on the DL today. Tendinitis in his right shoulder. Also, Doug Landville will have surgery. He's out 4 more weeks. So they are going to struggle along. Not that they weren't going to without them or with them. It really doesn't matter. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul off to the right. So Turner stays alive. The Pittsburgh Pirates giving Brian Giles his first opportunity to hit BP 2 days ago. Said he felt pretty good, but not ready yet. He will eventually come back. Luis Sojo goes on the DL for the Yankees today. Ben Grieve has surgery on his thumb. He's out at least a month for Tampa Bay. Bumstead to the belt, the 1-2. Looping line drive towards third base, and in foul territory, it's dropped by Greg Stain. He had a play on that one and went right off the heel of the mitt. And that's a break for Justin Turner as he barely stays alive. Pretty good pitch by Bumstead, in on his 5th. Well, we'll do it again at 1-2. By the way, speaking of Mike Nicholas, his numbers for Double-A Mobile in the Padres system were 0-1, an ERA of 8.10. 6 2/3 innings. He had struck out 11, but he's given up 6 hits and walked 7. Turner digs back in. The 1-2 from Bumstead. Swing and a miss. Well, barely got a piece of it. So Turner will stay alive. Tough to see the baseball there as the catcher Reinking was shading our view. But Turner's still in there. See if he can finally straighten one out. Nicholas, a guy that throws upwards of 98 miles an hour. But a lot of times if you throw 98 and you have no breaking ball, it's going to go about 108 over the wall. Runners away from first and second base. The 1-2. Breaking ball, foul tip yet again. So Turner's not getting very many good swings in here, but he's staying alive. Sometimes that's all you need to do until you finally get that one mistake. The Baltimore Orioles putting Marty Cordova on the DL for 6 to 8 weeks. He will have elbow surgery. David Segui also on the DL. Not good news for Baltimore. The outfield shading to left, 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So eventually Bumstead wins the battle, striking out Turner. Justin is now 0 for 2. That's the second out here in the 4th inning, and here comes Casey Smith. The Pirates today saying that Josh Fogg, their right-hander, will go on the DL as well. So they have recalled right-hander Brian Meadows from AAA Nashville. Josh Fogg leading all NL rookies last year with 33 starts, as well as 194 and a third innings pitched. Pretty good young pitcher. He went 12-12 last year, an ERA of 4.35. Brian Meadows had been putting up huge numbers at Nashville. Pitch to Casey, misses low and away, 1 more. Meadows was 3-0, an ERA of 1.00. So if you've got Brian Meadows, an ex-big leaguer down there, and you've also got John Lawson, who threw a perfect game this year for Nashville, how good are the sounds? If you look at the numbers, the Pittsburgh Pirates, as an organization, have the best overall winning percentage in the minor leagues thus far. As this ball's whacked foul off to the right, 1-1. Their minor league system loaded with young pitching talent, but also a couple of young bats. One of the guys who started his career as Bolt, former first-round pick John Van Benschot, expected now to make the big leagues maybe in less than a year. Van Benschot, not a very good hitter when he was splitting time with both roles, but now that he's taken over pitching full-time, he's been unbelievable. The 1-1 hit on the ground off the pitching leg of Stain. It's backed up by the third baseman, and the throw to first is in time. That's a great play by Greg Stain. 1-5-3 on the putout. And that retires the side. Bumstead might be a little bit banged up. I'm sure they'll look at him in the dugout. That ball coming right back up the box, and Stain able to back it up. For the Quakes in the 4th, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they lead 2. We go to the 5th, 2-0 Rancho Cucamonga on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher gift for 2 free tickets to a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering you 2 free tickets to see your Quakes play just for getting that oil change that you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlop, and complete automotive service, it's no wonder why your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for a dealer near you.
Hey, if you haven't been to a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shed Spread Country Crock invites you and your family to come out and see the game. Bring the whole family out for Country Crock Family Sundays. Quakes fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shed Spread Country Crock product can buy 1 ticket at regular price and get 1 free for any Sunday home game. Offer ends August 31st. Offer limited to 3 free tickets and subject to availability. Country Crock, bring it home.
The sun came out today. We're born.
Top half of the fifth inning from the epicenter. It's 2-0 Rancho Cucamonga. And left-hander Dan Mazingo will go back to the hill. He's really looked pretty good to this point. He's allowed 1 base runner and 3 out of the first 4 innings and 2 base runners in the third frame, but in general has really done a fine job against a very good offense in the Lake Elsinore Storm. The Major League Baseball scoreboard is brought to you by Alpha Graphics, your local printer specializing in design, copy, print, and miracles. You can visit Alpha Graphics for all of your print and copy projects. You'll be glad you did. Located in Rancho Cucamonga at Archibald and 7. The outfield straightaway is right-handed batting Mike Richardson digs in and takes a pretty good curveball up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Richardson, Ryan King, and then Freddie Guzman. Batters 8, 9, and 1 in the Lake Elsinore lineup against Dan Mazingo. The 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-1. Believe that Mike Bumstead is okay. Took that hot shot back off the box and played it would end the home half of the fourth. What a play at third by Sane to complete the out. As this ball's lined to the alleyway in right center, a long run for Nick Kimpton, and he's not going to catch up to this one. It's over his head up against the wall. Stopping at second base with a stand-up double is Mike Richardson. His second hit in the series. And that is just the third hit tonight for the Lake Elsinore Storm. For Richardson, double number 3 on the year. As far as the Major League Baseball scoreboard goes, we will start in the American League with the Boston Red Sox defeat the Kansas City Royals today, 7-2. Tim Wakefield is now 3-1 with the victory. George the loss, he is 3-2. Mike DeFelice and Carlos Beltran both homering today for Kansas City. Runner in scoring position for Kevin Reinking, who was 1-1. And he looks at a fastball and misses high, 1 ball and no strikes. The Angels win in Cleveland today, 10-1, a dominating victory. The offense on fire. They only got 1 home run, however. Garrett Anderson hit his third. The 1-0 pitch to Reinking. Fastball strike, 1-1. Russ Ortiz, the victor today, 4-2. Rodriguez, the loss, he is 2-2. And in the defeat, Ellis Burks was able to homer. And for Burks, it was his 4th home run of the season. Mazingo comes set for the 1-1. Pops up, but out of play, off to the right. The Indians today collecting just 1 run on 7 hits against Ortiz and company. The Baltimore Orioles win in Detroit 11-3. Johnson is 4-0 with the victory. And Jeremy Bonderman, another loss, he is 1-4. Dimitri Young did homer, his 3rd on the year. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a slider. So Kevin Reinking out of there, strikeout number 4 for Dan Mazingo. 1 man away in the 5th for Freddie Guzman. Pretty good breaking stuff shown right there. The Seattle Mariners shut out the New York Yankees behind Gil Mesh, who is now 3-1, 6-0. Not only did they shut them out, they did it at Yankee Stadium. And they beat Roger Clemens in the process. He falls to 4-1. Boone, Martinez, and Davis all homer. That is impressive to win at Yankee Stadium. And Mazingo steps off the rubber. He's asking for catcher Jeff Mathis to go to the mound. So he will. The Yankees now 7-3 at home after the defeat. Texas over Toronto today in a football-like score, 16-11. Texas with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 5 in the sixth, 1 in the eighth, 3 in the ninth. The only 2 innings they didn't score were the 5th and the 7th. Thompson the win, Hendrickson the loss, Cordero the save. And there were a lot of home runs. Pitch on the way to Guzman, and the breaking ball, and this is downstairs. Juan Gonzalez hit a pair of them. He now has 8. Carl Everett hit a pair. He has 9. A-Rod is 9th. And Todd Green is 2nd. In the loss, Delgado hit his 8th for Toronto. The outfield straight away. The 1-0 to Guzman. Breaking ball, missing low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. End of the 7th. Oakland has a 3-2 lead in Chicago. Barry Zito and Bartolo Colon. That's a pretty good pitching matchup. Tony Graffinino has homered, his 3rd on the year. Tampa Bay loses to Minnesota 5-3 today. The win for Kenny Rogers. Most of the loss, Eddie Guardado saved number 7. Aubrey Huff homers for Tampa Bay. Hunter and Koski with the Twins. Dan Mazingo will step off the pitching rubber. Freddie Guzman, 0 for 2 tonight. 2 out of 7 now in the series. He has reached base this evening, though. It was on an error by Casey Smith. 2-0 pitch. Fastball strike at the knees. 2-1. The Expos get a run in the 9th and beat Milwaukee 3-2. Stewart the win. He's 2-0. Dejan the loss, 0-2. Rocky Biddle was save number 6. Wes Helms, Royce Clayton, each homer for Milwaukee. Wilkerson is third for Montreal. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball, 2-2. The Braves win in Houston 3-1. Maddox the victory. He's now evening up the mark at 3-3. Off to the horrible start. Well, things have turned around. Roy Oswalt lost 2-3. And save number 10 for John Smoltz. The Mets are getting crushed in St. Louis. 8-2 the score there. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses low and in as Guzman gets the feet out of the way. And now the count full. Perez homering for St. Louis, his third. Calero and Serdar, the pitchers on the mound now. And the Mets are well on their way to another loss. Top of the 8th inning, Colorado 9, Cincinnati 3. Reith and Fuentes are the pitchers. 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a curve. Back-to-back strikeouts. Richardson remains at second base. And here comes J.J. Fermaniak with 2 men down. Sean Casey is homer today for Cincinnati, his third. Larry Walker, his fourth. Preston Wilson, his fifth for Colorado. Top of the 7th, 7-0 Florida playing in Arizona. Redmond and Randolph. Fermaniak bats from the right side, takes the fastball low and in. It gets by Mathis to the backstop, and down to third goes Richardson. That'll be a wild pitch. Charge to Dan Mazingo. So Richardson 90 feet away, but still 2 outs. Ball, no strikes to Fermaniak. Hollinsworth, Gonzalez, and Lowell have all homer today for Florida. Bottom of the 4th, Pittsburgh 5, San Diego 1. D'Amico and Matthews. And Eaton has homered in that one. Breaking ball misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Eaton starting for the Padres today. Got hit around a bit. He's already out of there, but he homered before he left. Top of the 5th, the Dodgers with a 2-0 lead at home against Philadelphia. The Phillies beating them last night 3-0. Mazingo's 2-0 pitch. This is high. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, you don't want to have to face Barfield here. Randy Wolf and Kevin Brown, the pitchers. Paul LaDuca hits his first home run of the season, trying to desperately get out of a slump. A slump that has really pushed his average well down below the norm. 3-0 pitch is a call strike. Middle of the 4th inning, San Francisco and Chicago are tied at 1. Terry Wood and Reeder, the pitchers there. And Ray Durham has homered, his third on the season. The infield back, outfield deep. The 3-1 hit hard, but foul. Look out down the line. Mike Richardson just stuck it out of the way. And that is the Major League Baseball scoreboard, brought to you by Alpha Graphics. The inning starts with a leadoff double by Richardson, but then back-to-back strikeouts of Reinking and Guzman. And that is where we stand. 2-0 Quakes, top half of the 5th inning. J.J. Fermaniak, who was 1 out of 2 in the ball game and 2 out of 8 in the series, digging back in. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Oh boy, barely stayed alive. Good curveball again from Mazingo. When he struck out Reinking, he got him on a slider. When he got Guzman, it was on the curveball, and almost got Fermaniak on the same pitch. Fermaniak at Bolingbrook, Illinois, and then Lewis University. Away from third goes Richardson, the 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Now he does go down on the curve. Mathis will have to complete the strikeout, which he does, and that retires the side. Lake Elsinore in the 5th, no runs, 1 hit. Richardson doubles the lead off the inning, gets as far as third on a wild pitch, but they strand him right there.
We are midway through the ball game as we go to the home half of the fifth. It's Quakes 2 and the Lake Elsinore Storm nothing. On the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
One of the most important things you can do to keep your car and other vehicles running their best is to change the oil and filter regularly. But did you know that you haven't finished the job right until you've recycled that used oil and filter? You should never dump used oil in the ground, in storm drains, or in the garbage. The only safe way to dispose of that used oil and filter is by taking it to a friendly, convenient collection center. So this spring and summer, step up to the plate for the environment. To find an oil and oil filter collection center or a household hazardous waste collection center near you, call 1-800-CLEANUP. The Quakes and the California Integrated Waste Management Board want to thank you for all of your recycling efforts. Working together, we can keep our community a great place to live, work, and play ball.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some hot dogs, peanuts, nachos. I can't work with all this great food.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
The Quakes thus far, single runs in the first and fourth. They carry a 2-0 lead into the home half of the fifth. It will send Nick Kempton, Tommy Murphy, and Jason Asquito to the dish against right-hander Mike Bumstead. So obviously Mike is feeling okay despite getting hit on the right leg to end the home half of the fourth. Then Kempton bats from the left side, takes the breaking ball for a call strike. 0-1 is now the count. Rancho Cucamonga has action going down in their bullpen as right-hander Marco Sullivan begins to warm. The 0-1 to Kempton. Fastball strike at the knees, 0-2. With that, you'd have to think that Dan Mozingo is nearing his end. But he has thrown very well. 5 innings, no runs allowed. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and foul tipped at the plate, so Kempton stays alive. Well, you got to figure that Zeke Zimmerman, the pitching coach, and Bobby Meacham, the manager, really want to instill more and more confidence into Mozingo. So if he throws 5 solid innings, he's eligible for the win. You get rid of him. The 0-2 misses high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maybe that's the wrong term to use. You take him out because, well, he's thrown so well. No sense in allowing him to wear down a little bit on the mound and give up a couple of runs. 1-2 pitch to Kempton, hit off the fifth, a little roller up the line at first, over the field it is Phoenix. He still has to Bumstead on the bag in time. 3-1. Kempton almost legged it out. And back to the top of the order we go for Tommy Murphy. Murphy in the ball game thus far, 1 out of 2. Fans, don't forget that during all Sunday home games at the Epicenter, you may have the opportunity to dine with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes following that day's game. Brought to you by Chili's Restaurant, Rancho Cucamonga. If you win an off-field contest, you can eat the Quakes corner at Chili's with your favorite player right after the ball game. That's Chili's at Rancho Cucamonga. Tommy Murphy bats left, takes the breaking ball for a call strike. 0-1 is now the count. A report today came out of Atlanta, where the Braves are really complaining about their lack of attendance this year. The 0-1 to Murphy, little ground ball, foul up the first base side, 0-2. Chipper Jones, one of the many players quoted as saying, well, you never know what you're going to expect. You go out on the field before the game, look around and hope. Turner Field holds 50,091. The Braves have been averaging somewhere around 24,000 this year. That is through 16 home games, as compared to 30,000 the year earlier. The 0-2 misses high, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Murph. 11 other teams have experienced double-figure drop-offs, including the New York Yankees, who were down 16%, and the Mariners down 20%. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Tommy Murphy. That is strikeout number 3 for Mike Bumstead. He gets set down 5 in a row. And here comes Jason Asquito. The biggest ball has been in Cleveland.
for Jacobs Field. The Indians attendance dropping 30.7%. Just ahead of the Milwaukee Brewers, their attendance down 30.5%. That's what happens when you don't sign any big league talent. You rely on a bunch of minor leaguers. Breaking ball misses low to a Speedo. Sure, they may have a lot of talent, maybe prospects, but none of the fans know really who they are. And with that, they're also not winning very much. The 1-0 to a Speedo, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, if you're Atlanta, you got the talent. That's why Chipper Jones says he's very surprised at the lack of attendance. But then he says that prices are far too high. The 1-1 to a Speedo, checks up on his swing, they appeal, and yep, he went around according to Jeffrey Ladders. Speedo did not agree. So the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scored a pass along in game number 2 of that doubleheader between Bakersfield and Visalia. They go to the 6th. Visalia 2, Bakersfield 1. Swing and a miss by Speedo, and that retires the side. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Bumstead. We go to the 6th. 2-0 Rancho Cucamonga on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The Mossy Plaza on Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga is home to some of the finest cuisine in the Inland Empire. Come enjoy a taste of Japan like you never have experienced before at Wabi Sabi, offering a full sushi bar and hibachi grill. Go south of the border and enjoy the best Mexican food in town at Felipe's Tanqueria. Feel like you're floating down a river in Venice as you bite into a pizza at Bellissimo Pizza and Restaurant, the new home for the Quakes radio postgame show after every Wednesday home game. Sit back and watch that night's big games as you drink microbrewed beer and try one of the best burgers in Rancho at Compass Creek. There's nothing like good barbecue, and Woody's makes it happen. And if you're looking for that late-night meal, stop by Denny's for everything from breakfast to dinner and at any time of the day. All of this can be found at the Mossy Plaza, the place to dine in Rancho Cucamonga on Foothill Boulevard, located right next to the epicenter.
Titan fans and Pastimes Collectibles knows baseball is a year-round event. Located inside Villa del Sol in downtown Fullerton, Pastimes offers the finest in authenticated sports memorabilia for over a decade. They have every item for every fan, for every budget. From Ruth and Cobb to Tiger, George, Ali, Montana, and Shaq. You'll find it at Pastimes Collectibles. Where do pros like Nomar Garcia Fire shop when they want collectible jerseys, equipment, and artwork? Pastimes Collectibles. Call 714-870-8013. That's 714-870-8013.
New grass on the field.
Top half of the 6th inning, Rob Render live at the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California, where the Quakes continue to lead the Lake Elsinore Storm by a count of 2-0. Lake Elsinore will have Josh Barfield leading things off, and Dan Mazingo is once again on the hill. Pitch on the way is a fastball hit in the air to right field, not very deep, going out. Turner, in comes Speedo, and it's Jason Speedo who makes the running catch. So Josh Barfield is now 0 out of 3 tonight. 1 man down for Greg Saint. So Bobby Meacham does stick with Dan Mazingo, at least for 1 more inning. O'Sullivan continues to throw for the Quakes in the bullpen, so more than likely he would come on when we go to the 7th, or if Mazingo runs into trouble here in the 6th. The pitch count still fairly low for Dan. The delivery to Sane popped up right side and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. By the way, a couple of more things to mention about the injury bug passing around the major leagues. A.J. Burnett of the Florida Marlins will undergo elbow surgery on Tuesday to repair a torn ligament. It's not yet known how long he will be sidelined because the doctors are waiting to see if he will need Tommy John. Breaking ball misses low, 1-1. With that, the doctors will start the surgery, determine if he does need the Tommy John. If he does, he's out for the season this year and then part of next year as well. If they can repair it without Tommy John, he may only miss about a month and a half, maybe a little bit longer, but back after the All-Star break. The 1-1, hit on the ground, foul up the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Greg Saint. Kurt Schilling expected to be back off the DL, and course, that retroactive, his last start on April the 18th after he had an appendectomy in St. Louis. He was scheduled to start as this ball's lined foul once again towards the Quakes bullpen. He was scheduled to start on Thursday, this week, and now it has been pushed back to Saturday against Atlanta. But eventually he will get back. And then there is Mariano Rivera, who will rejoin the New York Yankees tonight. Back off the DL with a right groin strain. Fastball misses high 2-2. The Yankees have been without Rivera for the whole season to this point. He had been rehabbing down at their facilities in Florida. The 2-2 pitch. Change misses in the third. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to count. Greg Stain has walked both times up today. So no official at bats yet. Now walked 3 times in the first 2 games of the series. 3-2 pitch. Fastball. Got him looking. And Mazingo is getting stronger as the game goes on. That is strikeout number 7 for Dan. And the 7 punch-outs are a season high. Not only that, but he has struck out 4 of the last 5 batters that he faced. 3 of them in the second, 3 in the fifth, and 1 of them here in the sixth. 2 men down for Phoenix. And takes the fastball strike at the knees. John Phoenix is a switch hitter. He's batting from the right side. Switch hitter that has a ton of power. 2 home runs already this year. The 0-1, breaking ball misses low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. John's average at .329 on the campaign. He's from Glen Lyon, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia. The 1-1 pitch popped him up on the infield. Casey Kochman says he's got it on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. That is a 1-2-3 inning for Dan Mazingo. We go to the home half of the 6th, 2-0 Rancho Cucamonga on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Some things never change. The crack of the bat and all the junk food you can eat. It's no wonder baseball is America's favorite pastime. At Vineyard Bank, we're proud to be a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes sponsor. We're also proud to be a part of this thriving city and our commitment to help families and local businesses realize their dreams. We are the fastest growing financial institution in the Inland Empire, and with good reason. Vineyard Bank is making its mark in the community because we understand your needs and care about your future. Our creativity, ingenuity, and flexibility has attracted new customers who truly appreciate great customer service and a productive banking relationship. Take a closer look at your hometown bank and our attractive deposit and lending opportunities. Bank with us and enjoy peace of mind in knowing your finances are secure. Call Vineyard Bank today at 800-442-4996 and check us out. In the meantime, let's play ball.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sponsor of Titan Sports. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium's happy hour from 4 to 7, 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers or the elegance of chicken risotto or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
Casey Kochman, Jeff Mathis, and Mike Napoli for Rancho Cucamonga here in the home half of the 6th inning against Mike Bumstead, probably in his last inning of work. The pitch to Casey. Breaking ball misses low and in. He got the back foot out of the way. 1 ball, no strikes. It's the Quakes 2 and the Lake Elsinore Storm nothing. Quakes are looking to take the first 2 games in this 4-game series. Lake Elsinore with a very powerful offense. This game is far from complete. The 1-0 to Kochman. Breaking ball misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. John Richard, the left-hander, is up and warming for Lake Elsinore in their bullpen. Marco Sullivan has finished throwing for the Quakes in theirs, and that would mean that Marco is going to come on and pitch the 7th. What a job by Dan Mazingo. 2-0 to Kochman. There's a good curve. 2-1. If Mazingo is done, he set down the last 6 batters that he faced with 4 strikeouts in that span. Went 6 innings on the night, which is a season high. Stands to win for the second time. The 2-1 to Kochman. Curveball misses outside. We have seen back-to-back pitchers' duels. Last night, the combination of Martinez and Woods. Tonight, Bumstead and Mozingo. And we should have an even better matchup tomorrow. Mike Thompson and Irvin Santana. The 3-1 misses low and in, ball 4. So Kochman gets the walk. Second time he's been issued a free pass tonight. And he reached base all 3 times. Here comes Jeff Mathis. Kochman, by the way, has now reached base in 9 straight games. Jeff Mathis, 1 out of 2 on the night. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first and singled in the fourth. Looking to really put a stamp on this one here in the 6th. Quakes already with a 2-0 lead. Pitch from Bumstead. Breaking ball misses low and away. Bumstead has had troubles tonight in just about every inning, although he did settle down and get the side in order in the 5th. The Quakes offense still a little bit cold. Just 2 runs on the board on 6 hits. Mathis awaits the 1-0. There goes Kochman. This ball lined into left field for a base hit. Casey with a wide turn, but wisely he will hold right there. Second hit of the evening for Jeff Mathis. And runners are at first and second base. Here comes Mike Napoli. First to the mound, pitching coach Gary Land. And we'll see if he makes the call to the bullpen. I don't believe he will. Jogged out to the mound as though he had no intentions of pulling Bumstead yet. But you have to figure that Mike's going to be gone eventually. May get a couple more batters. Got decent success against Napoli. Struck him out in the first, but Mike came back to single home a run in the fourth against him. The RBI to this point, Kochman in the first and Napoli in the fourth. Nap looks for his second of the night here in the home half of the 6th. The fans here at Rancho Cucamonga on a Fan Addict Tuesday is making some noise, trying to pump up the Quakes. The ball gets loose from the right field bullpen. Time calls as somebody goes over to pick it up. The fans getting the thunder sticks on Fan Addict Tuesday, a la Edison Field in Anaheim. Except these are blue and they say Quakes on them, and here at Rancho Cucamonga they get their chance to make some noise. Mike Napoli with the batting average back above 200. He has 6 runs batted in on the year. The pitch. Breaking ball and a beauty. 0-1 the count. Really 12-6 that one as he changed speeds. So Bumstead learning that he can get away with curveballs tonight. What he struck him out with back in the first inning. At second base, Kochman. At first base, Mathis. Not going to hold Jeff on. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Napoli, a guy that has home run power. He hit 10 of them last year for Cedar Rapids. He's already hit a ton of balls to the warning track this year. He just hasn't managed to get any out. Now would be a perfect time. Bumstead checks the runners, the 1-1. Hit off the end of the bat foul, narrowly missing the first base bag. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Jason Cooley. So the Quakes threat just getting started here in the 6th. Mike Bumstead, a guy who hasn't gone more than 5 2/3 innings yet this year. So he's looking to surpass that here in the 6th inning, but having major difficulty doing it. The center fielder, Freddy Guzman, is now a shade the other way. To the belt, the 1-2. Slider is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Napoli. The Lake Elsinore bullpen not nearly as strong this year as it was in 2002. But still, some pretty good arms down there. San Diego made a trade involving one of the Lake Elsinore pitchers today. Josh Reynolds is gone. He went to the Boston Red Sox. The 2-2 delivery. Hit it towards the alleyway in left center. That's a base hit. Kochman rounds third. He will score without a play. Mathis goes to third. Napoli takes a wide turn, but will stop at first. That is an RBI single. It's now 3-0 Rancho Cucamonga. Napoli's second RBI of the night. And the Quakes have a commanding 3-0 lead, and that will also be the end of the day for Mike Bumstead.
Manager Jeff Gardner on his way to the mound, and he has already signaled for the lefty. We'll take a timeout. The Quakes have a 3-0 advantage. Runners at the corner, still nobody out here in the 6th. You are locked into the KWRS Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hey fans, the manager has already picked his lineup. Have you? I'm talking about all-star lineup of Carl Buddick. Original thin sliced luncheon meat. They are lean and they are delicious. Great all-American favorites like beef, turkey, ham, and corned beef make Carl Buddick the right call every time. So what will be on your training table? With 10 great varieties to choose from, it will be a close call at home plate. But you can't go wrong because Buddick is the MVP of taste, quality, and value. Look for Buddick thin sliced meats at all.
The New Lake Elsinore pitcher is left-hander John Richards, who takes over for Mike Bumstead. You cannot close the door on Bumstead as of yet. He is responsible for the runner at third, Mathis, and the runner at first, Mike Napoli. The Quakes already have a 3-0 lead, and they will look to add to it right here in the 6th, with Cooley coming up, Turner waiting on deck. John Richards, with the middle name Amos, 6'4", 200 pounds. He's from Coos Bay, Oregon. And then Mark Methodist in the state of Tennessee. Signed as a non-drafted free agent July the 7th, the year 2001. To this point on the year, Richards, no record, 5 relief appearances, an ERA of 6.75. 5 in the 3rd inning, 5 hits, 4 runs allowed, and the opponents are hitting .238 against him. He has struck out 6 and walked 2 on the year. So Mike Bumstead last 5+ innings tonight, but really getting whacked around here in the 6th inning, obviously having run out of gas. So Lake Elsinore making the move to the bullpen, and of course, if you're a fan of the Storm, you wonder if it's too late. If you're a fan of the Quakes, you hope it's just getting started right here in the 6th. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, and already 1 here in the 6th inning for Rancho Cucamonga. And the inning starts with a walk to Conchman. As always, the walks will come back to bite any pitcher. Mathis then singles, putting runners at the corners. Napoli singles off Conchman. Mathis goes to third. And here comes last night's hero, Jason Cooley. Cooley 1 for 2 in the ball game tonight. The big hit, solo home run last night in the 11th inning to win game 1 of this series. Just when it looked like the bats for Rancho Cucamonga were never going to get going. Cooley now in the series, 2 out of 6. The infield moves halfway. The pitch. Breaking ball and a dandy over the outside corner, 0-1. Amos last year split time between Eugene and Fort Wayne. Made only 3 relief appearances with Eugene in the Northwest League before he got the call-up. With the Wizards, made 18 relief stints. The 0-1 is a call strike. Oh no, time was called before the pitch. And they're going to call a balk. So the run is in. Well, there's a break for Rancho Cucamonga. First balk we've seen in quite a while. It's now 4-0 Quakes. Napoli goes down to second. And out of the dugout comes Jeff Gardner to argue with home plate umpire Art Stewart. The ball called as, I assume, John Richards never came set. So the Quakes get the gift run. Not that they weren't going to score it anyway, but that pushes it across without the need of a hit. And Jason Cooley digs back in. No balls and 1 strike is the correct count. At second base now, Mike Napoli. Saw a lot of balks last year, but not too many this season. The 0-1. Fastball misses way outside. And the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Matter of fact, no Quakes pitchers have balked that I can remember all year long. The outfield playing Cooley very deep in center field, but in right, Carter's a bit shallow. This ball's hit in the air to deep left. Going back is Richards. They got a late break. He's hit the warning track, and this ball's over his head up against the wall. Rounding third and coming home Napoli. The throw, he is in there standing as the ball is cut off by Beaton. It's 5-0 Rancho Cucamonga. Jason Cooley, his 5th double on the year.
and RBI number 8. And the Quakes are really putting it to the Lake Elsinore Storm. To the mound goes pitching coach Gary Lance. You can now close the book officially on Mike Bumstead. 5+ innings, 8 hits, 5 runs all earned. He struck out 4, walked 2, and 0 the rest of the way. And Bumstead can only lose the ball game tonight. If so, it would be his first loss of the year. The Quakes bat starting to come alive. Absolutely no chance of getting to the catcher, Rancho. So now the runner is third, and you have to assume the infield should move in here for Lake Elsinore. Everybody is even with the bag instead of all the way in. Cooley has very good speed at third base. To the belt goes Richards. The 1-2. Foul ball. Look out. I'm going to hit him in the shoulders. Spinning out of the way was Turner. Very fortunate not to get whacked. He did make contact with the bat. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Casey Smith. This jam created by a starter, Mike Bumstead, and now taking over Richards. He has done no better. The 1-2 offering. This is low and away, and that was a fantastic stop by Reinke. Another one-hopper. Now the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Quakes last year had 24 wins at home all season long. They are heading for their 8th right here. Incredible. 24 and 46 at the epicenter in 2002. A 2-2 to Turner. Line drive the other way, but hooking out of play into the Quakes bullpen. Differential holds on. They'll be 7-3 in their first 10 home games. So a marketable improvement. Not only that, but they will collect win number 100 since 1994 against the Lake Elsinore Storm. Right now, 99 and 81. The 2-2 to Turner misses up and in. Tried a changeup, and now the count full. Lake Elsinore, the only team that Rancho Cucamonga had a win record against from the South Division last year. They were 11 and 10 against them. Seems as though they do that almost every year. 3-2 pitch. Dribbled up the line at first base. If it hugs the line, it will be fair, but nope. Picked up by Bieniek in foul ground. So Justin Turner fouling a bunch of pitches off as he did in his last 2 at-bats. Trying to stay alive and eventually get the one mistake. By the way, with Jason Cooley's 2 hits tonight, he is now 11 for his last 41. He has hit safely in 8 of his last 10. And on the homestand, 4 out of 14. Not too shabby. Cooley is at third. Still nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Now there's one man down. And here comes Casey Smith. For Justin Turner, 2 more strikeouts tonight. And 24 on the year. 24 Ks and only 63 at bat. That's far too many. Now the infield completely moves in on the right side. Barfield and Bieniek in at the grass, and Fermaniac and Steen are each even bag on the left. So you have to figure here that Richard will try to pitch Casey Smith away. The delivery, fastball misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. If Lancaster holds on to beat High Desert tonight, they will keep pace with Rancho Cucamonga. All that conducive to the Quakes holding on here. Both with 14 wins. The 1-0 change misses outside. It's 5-0 Rancho. 5-9-1 for the Quakes. 0-3-1 for the Storm. Dan Mazingo has been unbelievable, and now the offense trying to help him out. The 2-0 pitch hit hard to the left side, and off the glove of Zane, tries to recover, but no play. And the run is in. See how that one is scored. Probably an error, and then an RBI for Casey Smith. The RBI is going to be his 7th on the year. So Cooley scored from third. It's already a 4-run inning for Rancho Cucamonga. And here comes Nick Kimpton. An error does go on the board against Greg Stain, a play he should have made, and you still do give Casey Smith the RBI. So Kimpton comes to the dish, 1 for 2 in the ball game, and now has Casey Smith at first. That run is, of course, charged to Richards. Cooley was his responsibility. Second error of the night, charged to the Lake Elsinore Storm. The Quakes do have 1 error on the board, but it's had no effect in the ball game whatsoever. Casey Smith being held on at first, 1 out of 1 in steals this year. To the set goes Richards, the pitch. Hit in the air to left center field, moving to his right is Guzman. He's camped underneath it, and he makes the catch. 2 men down. Smith returns to first, and back to the top of the order we go for Tommy Murphy. Strange to see a Lake Elsinore ball club that's hitting as well as they have all year, all of a sudden starting to struggle a little bit here in Rancho Cucamonga. According to everybody, and I'm not just talking about people with Rancho Cucamonga or the Anaheim Angels, everybody in the league, you have to figure the Quakes have just far too much talent to be as inconsistent as they have been. Pitch to Murphy, line drive in the left field, coming in quickly, Richardson, and he makes the catch. That retires the side. But not before the Quakes are able to add 4 more runs. They send 8 men to the plate in the process. We go to the 7th, 6-0 Rancho Cucamonga on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hi, this is voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Rob Brender. I enjoy my job and all, but sometimes I even need to get away. So let me tell you about a little place called Laughlin, Nevada. You don't need a major league salary to enjoy it. It's got great hotels, lively entertainment, and exciting Colorado River action for a reasonable price. You trust me to bring you great sports coverage, so trust me that this is a great spot to visit. For more information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or click on visitlaughlin.com. Laughlin, Nevada. Play the way you like it. This is Rob Bushka, voice of the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Join baseball coach George Horton and I live on location at the Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. for Titan Talk here on 1370 KWRM. It's your chance to ask questions of the coach and the Titan baseball players. You can answer trivia for some great prizes and enjoy food and drink specials as well, like $1 pints. If you can't join us, listen live on KWRM or on the web at titansports.org. Titan Talk with George Horton, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on KWRM.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Understand that the Los Angeles Lakers were victorious today in the NBA playoffs over the Minnesota Timberwolves, which means that now the LA Lakers have a 3-2 lead in that best-of-7 series. That's good news for all the fans here in Southern California who, by all accounts, care about the Lakers more than they do just about any other team. So congratulations to Los Angeles. They're well on their way to, I would assume, championship number 4 in a row. Back to baseball, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's 6-0 Rancho as we go to the top half of the 7th. And lo and behold, Dan Mazingo remains on the mound for the Quakes. They'll face Joe Gerber, Josh Carter, and then Mike Richardson. Mazingo's cruising along. You might as well leave him out there. Pitch on the way is a fastball that misses up high. 1 ball and no strikes to Gerber. The bump set is done. He can only lose. Mazingo continues on here into the 7th. This is the furthest he's gone, becoming a Quake. Breaking ball's a call strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Marco Sullivan continues to warm for the Quakes, so eventually we will see Marco Sullivan. How long from now depends on Dan Mazingo. The 1-1, good hook, but it misses downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Joe Gerber. Gerber's 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, flew out to the right fielder Espedo in the 4th. Lefty against lefty, the 2-1. This is up and in with the fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Quakes sending 8 men to the plate in the 6th inning, getting 4 consecutive hits to open up the frame. And because of that, they have a commanding 6-0 lead. Swing and a miss, good fastball, 3-2. Actually a walk to Kochman that opened up the 6th, so 4 consecutive men reached. Kochman walks, Mathis singles, Napoli singles, and Cooley doubles. 3-2 pitch. Curveball just missed. The home plate umpire, Art Stewart Flynn, didn't raise the right arm. And that's going to do it for Dan Mazingo, I assume. Bobby Meacham is now on his way to the mound. He's got Mr. O'Sullivan ready down in the bullpen, and there is the call. But Dan Mazingo has his best outing of the season tonight, by far. He was almost unhittable. And Mazingo will depart from Marco Sullivan here in the 7th inning to a well-deserved round of applause. We'll take a timeout. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Carl Bunning Sinswise Deli Meats on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Hey, Vance, the manager has already picked his lineup. Have you? I'm talking about the all-star lineup of Carl Buddick. Original thin sliced luncheon meats. They are lean and they are delicious. Great all-American favorites like beef, turkey, ham, and corned beef make Carl Buddick the right call every time. So what will be on your training table? With 10 great varieties to choose from, it will be a close call at home plate. But you can't go wrong because Buddick is the MVP of taste, quality, and value. Look for Buddick thin sliced meats at all.
Third.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good times.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter of Interstate 15 at Foothills. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
The quick picture is right-hander Mark O'Sullivan, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Andover, Massachusetts. Selected by the Angels in the 25th round of the 2001 draft. He attended Rollins College in the state of Florida. Dan Mazingo does an unbelievable job tonight. He departs with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning after walking the leadoff man, Joe Gerber. So Gerber is at first. Josh Carter will come to the plate. It's 6-0 Rancho Cucamonga. Mazingo is still on the line right now, responsible for Gerber at first, so don't close the book yet. But it was an unbelievable 6 innings for Dan. This is righty against righty. O'Sullivan's pitch hit in the air to fairly deep right center field. Circling around to his left is Nick Kimpton, and he waits in the alleyway and makes the catch. Josh Carter is now nothing out of 3 tonight and 0 for 8 in the series. Here comes Mike Richardson. Marco Sullivan with no record this year. This is relief outing number 7. He has a 3.38 ERA. 8 hits allowed in 10 and 2/3 innings. 5 runs, 4 earned. He has struck out 7 and walked 4. Opponents are only hitting 190 against him. So O'Sullivan on, and the kind of guy that could go the final 3 frames. Here is Richardson, a right-handed batter. Fastball over the outside corner, 0-1. Richardson 1 out of 2 tonight. Quakes bullpen, very versatile. Guys like O'Sullivan can go multiple innings if called upon. Can also be a very good short man. The 0-1 swung on and missed, completely off it. No balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Reinking is on deck. Dan Mazingo, in his win against Lake Elsinore last year back on the 8th, was very, very good. He would lose 5 days earlier, so that was a comeback for him. Fastball misses high and away, 1-2. This year, a pair of really terrible starts for him the last 2 times out, but tonight he was unhittable. Gave up just 3 hits all night. 3 hits in 6 innings. 1 of them for extra bases. A double by Richardson in the 5th. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, foul ball. As a matter of fact, that double by Richardson, the last hit that Mazingo would allow. He retired 6 in a row between the 5th and the 6th, and walked the leadoff man Gerber here in the 7th, and that spelled the end. He had 3 walks on the night. The 1-2 pitch, fastball misses low and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Richardson, a graduate of Sonoma State here in California, from Inverness. Played for Eugene last year. Played the most games for any player for the Emeralds, 72 of them. The 2-2 pitch, fastball is fouled away. He would also lead the Emeralds in doubles with 18, walks with 49. He hit just 239 on the campaign, but he hit 5 home runs and also drove in 38. So it was a very good season for Mike. O'Sullivan, 3-2 pitch, lifted foul. I beg your pardon, that was just a 2-2 delivery. So we'll do it again. Richardson, by no means a big guy in terms of height, at 5'10", but he weighs 210 pounds. A very stocky built, strong kid. Gerber being held on at first. The 2-2 lifted in the air to left field near the line. A long run for Jason Cooley. He's not going to get there. Lands for a hit. A wide turn, but stopping at second base is Joe Gerber. He had to make sure the ball would fall in. Second hit of the night for Mike Richardson. Runners are now at first and second base with 1 man away, and Kevin Reinking is scheduled. Marco Sullivan with a very good overhang curveball. Probably his best pitch. Fastball will get up there in the high 80s to very low 90s. O'Sullivan, mostly hard stuff all the time. And here comes Kevin Reinking. Reinking 1 out of 2 on the night. Did not play yesterday. The guy who did get a look at Double-A at the end of 2002, but only 1 game. The pitch to him, swung on and missed. The ball gets away from the catcher Mathis, and both runners will advance. That'll be scored a pass ball, I believe, on Jeff. And both runners are in scoring position. Upping him 1 to Reinking. Kevin Reinking on the season, 6 out of 27. Last year, spent most of the season in Fort Wayne. He only had 145 bats. Once again, he was playing behind Nick Tresniak, who is the starting catcher on this Lake Elsinore ball club. He hit 241, did Reinking last year. The 0-1, hit on the ground foul and hopping into the Quakes dugout, now out. We'll do it again, no balls, 2 strikes now. Reinking played independent ball for Albany, Colorado back in 2001. He hit 238. Only got 21 at bats. That was the end of the season, and then signed last year with the San Diego Padres. The 0-2 lifted to deep left field, going back. Jason Cooley turns around near the wall, and this ball's off the fence. Both runs are going to score. Cooley plays the bounce and holds Kevin Reinking to a 1-out double. So the Storm are on the board for the first time. It's now 6-2. And now you can officially close the book on Dan Mazingo. 6+ innings, 3 hits, 1 run it was earned. He struck out 7, walked 3, 1 wild pitch, and 0. So, Marco Sullivan gives up a run. And responsible for Reinking at second base as catcher Jeff Mathis goes to the mound. This game is by no means done now. It is 6-2 Lake Elsinore. They're right back in it. And Freddie Guzman, a switch hitter, will turn around and bat from the left side against the righty O'Sullivan. The infield back, except for his third. Smith's about halfway. And the fastball misses downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. There's action going for Lake Elsinore in their bullpen. as left-hander Jeff Jones, who appeared in the ballgame last night, begins to throw. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. O'Sullivan is really struggling here in the 7th. Sometimes there's pressure when you come on for a pitcher who's dominated the way that Mozingo has. Feel as though you got to follow it up in the same fashion. The 2-0. Just missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, you don't want to start walking people. You got Maniac and then Barfield scheduled after Guzman. You get down to the power hitting portion of the lineup. Guys that can tie the game with 1 swing. 3-0 delivery. There's a strike. 3-1. Won't be surprised if Guzman is taking again. Freddie on the night 0 for 3. Hopped out and foul ground his first time up. Reached on an error in the 3rd. Struck out in the 5th. But not a good night. 3-1 delivery. This is high, ball 4. So the walk by O'Sullivan puts runners at first and second base. 1 more base runner, and Elsinore will bring the tying run to the day.
Shortstop, number 3,
And to the mound goes pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman. It is rare to see Marco O'Sullivan struggle. Doesn't happen very often, but all of a sudden here tonight, something a bit unusual for him. And Zimmerman just going to try to figure out what's going on. Back on this date in 1981, Steve Carlton of the Phillies notched his 3,000th strikeout. Phillies beat the Expos 6-2. On this date in 1974, the minor leagues also had a pair of no-hitters. One in the Eastern League by Odell Jones, and the other one in the Mexican League by Estacio Velasquez. Speaking of the Mexican League, the Anaheim Angels making a bit of a deal there as Sergio Contreras, the ex-Rancho Cucamonga Quakes from 2001 and also 2002, gets shipped over to the Mexican League. I guess you could say loan. But he'll tell him when he'll come back. Here's for Maniac, and he sails out of the way on a breaking ball and misses up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Sergio was only hitting 190 this year, so it hasn't been very good lately. But Contreras, the kind of guy that could pick it up, left-handed stick. This ball's hit in the air to center field, playable for Nick Kimpton. He barely has to move. Camps underneath it and makes the catch. 2 men down. The runners remain at first and second, and here comes Joshua Barfield. Barfield, as always, having a pretty good night. Barfield, 0 for 3. It's 6-2 Rancho Cucamonga. So the Storm are trying to get closer, but it's never easy for them. I see Sean McCall turning around looking at me, but I have no idea what he's saying. I'm just going to try to ignore it. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses up and in. That is the fun of having a big press box, a combined box where the other broadcaster is in the same room, and of course the crowd is in between. And Sean making it into the stand-up routine tonight. The 1-0 pitch, check swing, and the ball fouled back. 1-1 now the count. Sean going to call game number 1,000 in his Lake Elsinore career on Thursday. I wonder if he knows it. Maybe I shouldn't be yelling it so loud. I want to give it away. Do you get a cake for your 1,000th game at the single A level? That's the question. And if so, do I get a cake when I call my 250th game, which will be sometime around a week from now? Fastball misses low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Larry Cavanaugh, the official scorer, looking at me like, no chance. Oh, well, thank you, Larry. That's a good effort. If you want to buy me a cupcake even, that's fine. A cookie. Or you can take one of the cookies we get from Plain Jumper on Sundays, stick a candle in it, write whatever expletive you want, and hand it to me that way. O'Sullivan comes set. Runners at first and second. The 2-1. Pops up right side, very shallow towards the line. It's hanging up there for a speedo. And in foul ground, he makes the catch. That retires the side. So O'Sullivan comes on, runs into trouble. Gives up a 1-out, 2 RBI double to Kevin Ranking, but gets through it after that with no further damage done. Middle of the 7th, time to get up and stretch. It's the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes 6 and the Lake Elsinore Storm 2 on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Playing on a terrific ball. They're playing great small here in the epicenter.
Rob Brender here, voice of the Quakes, updating you on a great season of bobbleheads, weekday specials, and fireworks shows. You work hard all day. Treat yourself to a real ball game, a fantastic value. With the best seat in the house, only $10.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
When you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you can live large and pay little. At Red Roof Inns, you'll find quality rooms, friendly service, competitive rates, and enjoy complimentary morning coffee and the USA Today. Plus, as a Ready Card Prefer member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With more than 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including nearby in Ontario, San Dimas, Anaheim, Santa Ana, and Victorville. Visit us at redroof.com or call 1-800-RED-ROOF. Live large and pay little at your friendly Red Roof Inns.
We go to the home half of the seventh. The Quakes continue to lead the Lake Elsinore Storm, but the gap has been narrowed a bit. It is now 6-2. Left-hander John Richards remains on the mound. The fans here at the epicenter, about 1,500 strong, are up on their feet, getting a good stretch in and getting ready to buckle down. So what should be a pretty good finish here tonight at the epicenter. Tomorrow night we are on the air live at 7 o'clock. First pitch is 7:15. That'll be game number 3 of this 4-game series between the Quakes and the Storm. And a very good battle of right-handers is scheduled. Irvin Santana for the Quakes against Mike Thompson of the Lake Elsinore Storm. For ticket information, 909-481-5252. Once again, 909-481-5252. You can stop by the box office during regular business hours if you want to pick up tickets that way, or you can also come right before the game is scheduled to start. Pick them up. Weenie Wednesday. All hot dogs are $1 tomorrow night. Come on down to the ballpark, enjoy a couple dogs, and take in what should be a very good ball game between the Quakes and the Lake Elsinore Storm as they battle it out for first place in the South Division. Rancho Cucamonga here in the 7th, Jason Espedo, Casey Cosman, and then Jeff Mathis. Batters 2, 3, and 4 as the Quakes look to put more runs on the board. Lefty against lefty, the pitch to Espedo hits him. He turned into a fastball. That is the first batter hit by a pitch tonight. And Espedo reaches base for the first time. Here comes Casey Cosman. Back on this date on the 29th of April, 1958, Ted Williams of the Red Sox became at the time the 10th major leaguer to have 1,000 extra base hits in his career. Of course, Teddy would also have more than 500 home runs. Not a bad little career. Here's Casey Kochman, who has reached base all 3 times, a single and a pair of walks. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Fastball misses high. Snap throw to first, and they got him picked off. Speedo picked off from first base 2-3. So one man down, base is empty. Kochman ahead in the count 1-0. On this date, 1960, in the Texas League, the Rio Grande Valley Giants beat the San Antonio Mission 4-2. But it took 24 innings, the longest game in Texas League history. Fastball misses low. 2 balls, no strikes to Casey Kochman. Now, we played 11 innings last night in 3 hours and 2 minutes. It's not too bad. Wonder how long it would take to play 24 innings. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. 2-1. I have never in my life been involved in a ball game as a play-by-play broadcaster that's gone more than 13 innings. That was 3 years ago. The 2-1 to Kochman, good breaking ball, but it just missed. No idea where. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. If you go upwards of 15 innings and anything above that point, I don't think you're going to enjoy it too much if you're a player. The 3-1, fastball, strike. Kochman thought it was ball 4. And 3-2 now to count. Let's get to the point where you're so tired on the field. You've been out there so long. But as a broadcaster, those are the exciting games. what do you want to stay around for? 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground towards the middle of the diamond. Tough play. Over the shortstop for Maniac. Great job to field it. The throw, not in time. It was a one-hopper to Phoenix. Hodgson just able to leg it out. That's an infield hit for Casey. Great range being shown by Maniac just to get there. Hodgson is now 2 for 2. And one man down for the cleanup man, Jeff Matthews. The one extra inning game that really stands out in my mind is between the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves. Game that was held down in Atlanta. It was on a fireworks night. I remember this. It was, back in the early to mid-'80s. As the fastball misses up and away. 1 ball, no strikes to Matthews. Anyway, that game wound up going about 23, I believe, or 24 innings. And then they blew off the fireworks at about 4 o'clock in the morning. People in Atlanta didn't like it. 1-0 pitch, hit on the ground foul, and hopping off the facade in front of the Quakes dugout. Little protective screen, 1-1. It's a funny story, actually, at the time. People in Atlanta, though, didn't find it so funny. Woken up at 4 in the morning for a series of fireworks. Wondering what's going on. Thought they were being bombed at the time. All that noise out there. Nobody launches fireworks that time of the night. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Jeff Mathis. Mathis, 2 out of 3. Another guy having a good night. And he hits this one in the air to shallow center field. Playable for Guzman. Comes in a few strides, makes the catch. Hodgman back to first. 2 men down. And to the plate, Mike Napoli. Look at the Quakes lineup tonight. They have 6 runs on 10 hits as a team. And everybody has reached base at least once. Murphy with a double tonight. Aspito reached on a hit by pitch. Hodgman has reached all 4 times. Mathis, 3 out of 4 times. Napoli has a pair of singles, 2 driven in, 2 for 3. There goes the runner. Fastball swung on and missed. Throw down to second from the knees, not in time. That is a stolen base for Casey Hodgman, his second of the season. 2 out of 2. Not a bad percentage. And a great jump there. Richards never even looked at it. So Hodgman in scoring position for Napoli. Napoli singled home run, the 4th and again in the 6th. The pitch from Richards, breaking ball is a beauty. Nothing in 2 now to count. You go further down the lineup. Cooley is 2 out of 3 with a double and a run batted in. Turner reaching on a fielder's choice. Casey Smith on an error got an RBI. Nick Kempton is 1 out of 3. So everybody getting involved. 0-2 to Napoli. Hit hard to the left side, backhanded by the shortstop for Maniac, regains his balance, throws to first just in time, and the side is retired. In the 7th inning for Rancho, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, they leave 1. We go to the 8th, it's 6-2 Quakes on the KWRN Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Baseball, its tradition, the American pastime, and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. KWRM 1370 is proud to be your exclusive radio home for Quakes baseball. The California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels will host the best future big leaguers in the world in the 7th annual Carolina League versus California League All-Star game in June. For tickets to the 10-time California League attendance champions, call 909-481-5252 or visit them on the web at icquakes.com. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball, only on KWRM.
Baseball season is in full swing. The sun is out, the days are longer, and it's time to play ball. For many of us, this also means it's time to clean up our cars, change the oil and filter, and get ready for a busy summer on the go. When you change the oil in your vehicles, remember, recycle the used oil and filters. Recycling is the only safe way to keep oil away from our streams, rivers, lakes, oceans, and recreation areas. Besides recycling, it's easy. Just call 1-800-CLEANUP for the address of a service station, quick lube, or household hazardous waste collection center near you. The friendly staff at these centers will take your oil for free. So go finish that cleanup job the right way, and then come watch the Quakes clean up on the baseball diamond. The California Integrated Waste Management Board wants to thank you for all of your recycling efforts.
lead things off for the Lake Elsinore Storm as we move to the top half of the 8th inning. It's 6-2 Rancho Cucamonga. Right-hander Marco Sullivan first pitch to him. Change is a call strike over the outside corner, 0-1. It'll be Sane, Beanick, and then Joe Gerber. This batter's 4, 5, and 6 in the Storm lineup. The 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Good fastball, 0-2. There's action going once again for Lake Elsinore in their bullpen. This time, right-hander Justin Cracker is up and throwing. The outfield straight away. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball missing up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors for Lake Elsinore. 6 runs on 10 hits and 1 error for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Greg Sane is officially 0 for 1. Also has a pair of walks. The 1-2 misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marco Sullivan last year for Cedar Rapids went 5-9. ERA of 5.47. He made 42 appearances, 3 of them out of the starting role. Into the wind he goes. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball just missed. Tried the inside corner. The count now full. In 2001 for Provo, Sullivan 1-2, 22 appearances, a 3.97 ERA. 3-2 delivery is chopped on the ground to second base. Should be an easy one. Turner fields it, throws him out. So Greg Sane is now 0 out of 2 tonight. And here comes John Beanick. Sullivan is a guy that really doesn't give up too many hits, at least not this year. Although last year he did struggle a bit, 94 hits, 75 and 2/3 innings. Hence the high ERA. Guys getting on, guys coming around to score. Beanick will bat from the left side and takes the fastball for a call strike, 0-1. John Beanick's having a rough night. Strikeout, ground out, and pop out to the first baseman Cosman. 0 for 3, and he's yet to leave the infield. O'Sullivan sees the one that he likes, the 0-1. Foul back. Coming with mostly gas right now. And 0-2 to count. The Storm managing to get on the board with 2 runs in the top half of the 7th. They did so off the combination of Mozingo and then O'Sullivan. Mozingo done for the night, standing to win. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses the outside corner. Small strike zone tonight from Art Stewart. And the count of 1-2. 7 men came to the plate in that 7th inning for the Storm. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good change-up. First strikeout for Marco Sullivan. He's now set down 4 batters in a row. 2 men away. And here comes Joe Gerber. 2 more with Lake Elsinore, and then the Quakes hit the road for a high desert. So this is a portion in the schedule where you figure Rancho Cucamonga can really make some noise. Yeah, the Storm are a good team, but you're playing them at home. These are games that you have to win. And you go from here to High Desert, take on the last place Mavs. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses low to left-handed batting Joe Gerber. 1 ball, no strikes. High Desert coming into action tonight was 8-16, having lost 6 in a row. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Tied with San Jose, the 2 worst records in the league. High Desert's played 2 more games. They're 8-16. San Jose's 8-14. But either way, both teams in a lot of trouble. Gerber waving the bat in the air right around his hip. The 1-1, foul back. Boy, he gets the bat through the zone. An awful quick hurry. Of course, he has to, considering where he holds the hand. As action's going to start for Rancho in the pen, right-hander Steven Andrade is now soft on him. As is, this would not be a save opportunity. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball misses low, 2-2. In the North Division, Bakersfield has won 6 straight. 8-2 in their last 10 games and 16-6 overall. Already 3.5 games up on the next place club, the Stockton Ports. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 call. Sack. Retires the side. The 1-2-3 inning for Marco Sullivan. Move to the home half of the 8th. See if the Quakes can pad their lead even further. It's 6-2 Rancho on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
The makers of high-volume printing systems. Now, these people see blue-chip prices and slack-jawed indifference as their inalienable birthright. Look, the only place to go for high volume without that high price is Rico. 85, 105, even 1,000 pages per minute if you connect a bunch of them together. The era of high-priced, high-volume is truly over, bucko. Time for them to go. Time for Rico. Rico!
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Miraloma, California, in business since 1927. The Galliano family roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as a custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You're listening to Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball on KWRM AM 1370 Corona.
Home man for the 8th inning. We have a pitching change for Lake Elsinore. The Quakes have a 4-run advantage. Right-hander Justin Marvin Cracker will take over for John Richards. Line on Richards, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run earned, 1 strikeout, 1 hit pitch, and 0 the rest of the way. Cracker is the third pitcher used tonight by the Lake Elsinore Storm. He goes 6'2", 215 out of Superior, Wisconsin. A free agent signing in 2001 from Valparaiso. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will have Cooley, Turner, and Smith here in the home half of the 8th inning. Even Andrade continues to soft off for Rancho Cucamonga, so you can pretty much close the book on Marco Sullivan. We'll give him 2 complete innings on the mound. He's responsible for 1 of the runs that he allowed. It was earned. He walked 1, struck out 2. Gave up a total of 2 hits and 0 the rest of the way. More than likely, Andrade is going to come on and work tonight. And the Quakes, with their 6-2 advantage, looking to put things away right here. Then on Thursday, not only do we have the finale in the 4-game series against Lake Elsinore, also Thirsty Thursdays, $1 beverages. That includes, of course, the alcoholic variety. So come on down here and enjoy the ball game. Also, Hall of Famer Jim Palmer will be in attendance. Former Baltimore Oriole great. So come on down to meet Jim, get an autograph, drink for $1, and meet Joe Torres, match up with Tom Lipari. Fastball for a call strike to Jason Cooley, 0-1 the count. 909-481-5252 for ticket information and the purchase over the phone. The 0-1 to Cooley, breaking ball, the call strike, 0-2. Justin Cracker last year for Fort Wayne went 4-5. The year before, Schaumburg Independent, he went 2-2. The 0-2 to Cooley. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 call. And you know what, folks? That's one of those late-inning strikeout calls. No way that thing's on the plate. So Cooley now 2 out of 4 in the ball game, and here comes Justin Turner. Justin Cracker has no record in 8 relief stints this year. An ERA of 7.71. 9 1/3 innings, 12 hits allowed, 8 runs all earned, and opponents are hitting .308 against him. Pitch to Turner, the fastball that misses upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. So Cracker is one of the many independent league guys that are on this ball club for Lake Elsinore. The 1-0 to Turner, hit on the ground foul of Burt's. 1-1. Justin Turner looking for an ever-elusive base hit right now. He is 0 for 6 thus far in the series. The outfield shading slightly to the left. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball misses high. You know, they got home last night. It was probably about midnight or so. About to go to bed after the ball game and turned on the TV for a moment, watching TBS, and there's Field of Dreams. The 2-1 to Turner, lifted in the air to left field. A routine play for Richardson. Back into his right. He makes the catch. So Turner 0 for 4 on the evening. And here comes Casey Smith with 2 men down. You know, you can see that movie, Field of Dreams, 50 times. and still not get sick of it. I've probably seen it 150, and I still love it. It's one of those greats from Kevin Costner. And try to always think about the best baseball movies, and I guess for different genres of baseball film, it has its time. Maybe as a drama, that is the best. The pitch, fastball missing away. The best movie in baseball, probably Bull Durham if you want realism. My drama would be Field of Dreams in my opinion. Fastball misses in, 2-0 to Casey Smith. For humor, Major League. Not as much Major League 2 or 3 or 4. The 2-0 pitch to Casey. Fastball just missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Where was that? On deck, Nick Kempton. But there are 2 men down. As Justin Cracker goes into the line, the pitch. Hit in the air in a fairly deep left center field, but playable for Freddie Guzman. He goes to his right, comes in, makes the catch, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Justin Cracker. We go to the 9th, 6-2 Rancho on the KWRM Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know, Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too, simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep laying the flats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Patent fans at Pastimes Collectibles knows baseball is a year-round event. Located inside Villa del Sol in downtown Fullerton, Pastimes offers the finest in authenticated sports memorabilia for over a decade. They have every item for every fan, for every budget. From Ruth and Cobb to Tiger, Jordan, Ali, Montana, and Shaq. You'll find it at Pastimes Collectibles. Where do pros like Nomar Garcia fire shots when they want collectible jerseys, equipment, and artwork? Pastimes Collectibles. Call 714-870-8013. That's 714-870-8013.
Top of the 9th inning from the epicenter. Final chance for the Lake Elsinore Storm. It's the Quakes 6 and the Storm 2. Right-hander Steven Andrade will come onto the hill replacing Marco Sullivan. So we've seen Mazingo, O'Sullivan, and now Andrade. This is the 3rd appearance on the season for Steven. And he has looked very good thus far, collecting a save in his first 2. Carter, Richardson, and Reinking, the bottom 3rd in the lineup for the Lake Elsinore Storm. And if anyone can get on, then Freddie Guzman. Andrade will pitch from the stretch position. He comes set. This is righty against righty. The pitch to Josh Carter. Fastball misses downstairs, 1-0. Andrade with 2 innings thus far for the Quakes. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. No hits allowed, no runs allowed, and no record. So he's been unhittable thus far. Carter is 0 for 3 on the night. The 1-0. Fastball missing in, 2 balls, no strikes. This is, of course, not a save opportunity for Andrade, but a chance to close out the ball game one way or the other. With it being just a 4-run lead, Meacham figures might as well get him out there. Pretty good job by O'Sullivan following up Mazingo. To the set for the 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, 3-0. When Andrade threw in back-to-back ball games up till 2 days ago, it was the first time that he had done that during the regular season this year, after he was called up from Mesa down in the extended spring training league. He had pitched back-to-back there earlier the same week. The 3-0 delivery to Carter. There's a strike. 3-1. Andrade is a big guy. Listed at 6'1". He's more like 6'2" or 3", and he weighs 220 pounds. from Woodland, California, and then Cal State Stanislaus. Selected in the 32nd round of the 2001 draft. 3-1 pitch. Foul back. Andrade doesn't really throw that hard. The fastball's around 88, 89. His best pitch, the slider. He throws that thing about 80 miles an hour. It dips down into the dirt, and nobody has any chance. Especially not if they're looking fastball. Let's see what Carter's looking for right here. Andrade to the set. The 3-2 pitch. Slider on the inside corner. Strike three call. Well, there it was. Forget about it. Carter totally frozen. One man down for Mike Richardson. So tomorrow night we're on the air at 7 o'clock. First pitch 7:15. Irvin Santana and Mike Thompson, game number 3 of this 4-game series. You can join us on the internet as well at www.rcquakes.com. While you're there, check out the new website. Mike Richardson 2 for 3. Once again, a right-handed batter. The pitch. Fastball misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. Andrade last year for Cedar Rapids, 1-1, 46 relief appearances, 11 saves, and an ERA of 1.16. 54 and a third innings, 7 runs allowed, and he struck out 93. The 1-0, fastball right in there, 1-1. Andrade splitting time between Provo and Cedar Rapids in 2001. Made just 1 relief appearance for Provo prior to an early call-up. Keep in mind that he's a bit older, 25 years of age. Second oldest player on the team right now. The 1-1, chopped on the ground to shortstop. A routine play for Murphy. Fields, throws, got it. 2 men down. Elsinore is down to their final out. Here comes Kevin Reinking. Derek Mann, the only player on the team that's older, and only by a month. Jason Cooley's pretty close. He's also 25, but a touch younger. The attendance tonight, 2,130, announced here at the Epicenter. Kevin Reinking is 2 out of 3. Last time up, he doubled off of Marco Sullivan, driving in the only 2 runs thus far for Lake Elsinore. And takes a breaking ball that just missed inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Kevin Reinking from Long Beach, but not California. Long Beach, New York. Free agent signing in 2002. He went to Hofstra. The guy has only played in 2 of the last 11 Lake Elsinore contests. Righty against righty, the 1-0. Look out, fastball hits him on the left elbow. He's okay. But the ball game remains alive, and back to the top of the order we go for Freddie Guzman. Of course, not what Andrade wanted to do.
Number 10, Freddie Guzman.
So we've seen Reinking, an independent baller tonight. We've seen Justin Cracker, an independent baller tonight. Seems as though there are a lot of them not only on this roster, but in the league in general. Runner at first, 2 men down. Freddie Guzman will bat from the left side. The pitch. Fastball bounces away from the catcher Mathis to the backstop, and going to second is Reinking on the wild one. So we've seen 3 wild pitches combined for the 2 teams tonight. But for the most part, the pitching has dominated for Rancho Cucamonga, so they can't complain. Bazingo goes the first 6, gives up just 1 run. O'Sullivan the next 2 with 1 run. And here is Steven Andrade working the ninth, trying to close things out. He is 1 out away. Freddie Guzman, 0 for 3 on the night. He did walk 1. 1-0 pitch, bounces in the dirt, but not far enough. Now the count, however, 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, with Andrade coming off a knee injury, trying to work himself back into shape late in spring training, you figure that he is still a little bit rough. Top of the 9th inning now, Lancaster with a 5-3 lead at home against High Desert. So by the looks of things, they will hold on and stay even with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, moving to 14-10. Both teams 1 inning away from victory. The Quakes are now 1 out away. The 2-0 to Guzman. Breaking ball just missed. 3 balls, no strikes. And he got Fermaniak on deck, and then Barfield after him. So if you walk Guzman, you set up the chance for a good hitter for Maniac, and then Barfield, the guy that could tie the game. Things are getting interesting. Rocking away from second with 2 men away. The 3-0 pitch. There's the strike. Grim on. Lake Elsinore, should they lose, will get back into second place, a half game back of Rancho Cucamonga and potentially also Lancaster. This should be a tight race in the first half. And Ronnie's 3-1 offering. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 4. That pitch was right there on the corner. And if you're going to punch out Jason Cooley the inning before on a fastball that was a foot outside, how can you not call a strike there to Freddie Guzman? That ball may have missed by an inch. So the walk puts runners at first and second. And here comes J.J. Fermaniak. First, a minor meeting at the mound. As catcher Jeff Mathis will jog out. Looking at the third base coaching box where manager Jeff Gardner is yelling across the field. I'm thinking we may see a pinch runner. Either that or somebody's going to start to throw in the bullpen just in case. So here's Fermaniak, 1 out of 4 in the ball game. Singled in the first, blew out in the third, struck out in the fifth, blew out again in the seventh. Righty against righty, the pitch. Slider for a call strike over the outside corner. 0-1. Good to see Andrade getting ahead there. Last year, he struck out 93 and walked only 16 in 54 and 1/3 innings on the hill. You talk about a well-played season. At second base, Ron King. At first base, Guzman. The infield is back. The 0-1 pitch bounces in the dirt. Another good stop by Mathis. 1-1. Down in the bullpen, Jack Castle, a right-hander. The guy that gets up. Each team has used 3 pitchers. And the Quakes hoping that it will stop right there. Maniac's average at .333 starting tonight. 5 doubles, a triple, a homer. He's driven in 15. Now played in 21 games. The 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Good fastball, 1-2. Andrade now just 1 strike away from ending things. Barfield waits on deck. He would represent the tying run. Let's see if Andrade can get it done right here. Doesn't want to have to get Barfield in there. To the set goes Steven Andrade. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball goes to the backstop, and both runners will advance. Another wild pitch for Steven Andrade. Well, that doesn't matter too much as long as you can get Fermaniak anyway. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Quakes have the outfield straight away. Although now on right, Esposito moves in a couple of steps, so he's playing kind of shallow. The infield is back all the way around. They don't care one little bit about the 2 runners on base. They just want this last strike. 2-2 to J.J. Fermaniak. And Ronnie is staring in at Mathis. He's the one that he wants. Comes set. 2-2 pitch on the way. Slider misses outside. Now the count is full. If you walk Fermaniak, you get Barfield representing the tying run. Josh, however, in the ball game is 0 for 4. So should we get that far, you get a guy who's struggling at least, but only tonight. Runners off of second and third. The 3-2 to Fermaniak. Slider on the inside corner. Strike 3 called, and that is the ball game. Well, it was a bit of a struggle for Andrade in the ninth, but he gets through it without allowing a run. He walked 1, hit 1 batter, and he strands 2. Your final score tonight, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes 6, Lake Elsinore Storm 2. We'll take a time out, come back to the epicenter for the wrap-up right after this on the KWRF Quakes Baseball Radio Network.
Third.
Hey fans, it's Rob Render, voice of the Quakes, reminding you to get out to the ballpark for some serious ball and good times. Head on down to the Epicenter during the 2003 regular season for some fantastic weekday promotions, including Thirsty Thursdays, brought to you by Twins Nightclub in Rancho Cucamonga. All 12-ounce soft drinks and beer, $1 all game long.
Come see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels, play at the beautiful epicenter off Interstate 15 at Foothill. For tickets as low as $6, call 909-481-5252. That's 481-5252. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Always a big hit.
Stadium Tavern in historic downtown Fullerton is a proud sponsor of Titan Sports. Located in Villa del Sol off Wilshire and Harbor, enjoy Stadium's happy hour from 4 to 7, 7 days a week. Try our classic burgers, or the elegance of chicken risotto, or our signature seafood. Stadium Tavern caters any party, big or small, and is the host venue for Titan Talk with George Horton. Stadium Tavern in downtown Fullerton. Call 714-447-4200. That's 714-447-4200.
On Tuesday, June 24th, 2003, the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, California will shake like never before as some of the best talent in minor league baseball is showcased in the Century 21 California League versus Carolina League All-Star Game. Current Major League superstars such as Andrew Jones of the Atlanta Braves and Miguel Tejada of the Oakland Athletics displayed their talents in this very game on their way to the big leagues. The grounds of the Epicenter will host the Vineyard Bank All-Star Fan Fest beginning at 2 p.m. with All-Star player autograph sessions, live entertainment, and interactive games, all free to the public. The Epicenter main gates open up at 5 p.m. when the players compete for personal bragging rights and league supremacy with the Home Run Derby and pitching and skills competition. Tickets for the All-Star Game are available by calling the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252 or stopping by the ticket office during regular business hours. For more information, visit www.rcquakes.com. Let's rock the Epicenter on Tuesday, June 24, 2003.
And now it's time for the Quakes post-game show. Brought to you by Alpha Graphics, now offering ISO 9001 certification. Let's rejoin Rob Brender, the voice of the Quakes, for a recap of the game's big plays and key players, plus news, score, stats, and more from around the California League and Major League Baseball.
Welcome back to the Epicenter at Rancho Cucamonga, California, where the Quakes have now taken the first two games in this four-game series. Tonight, the final score was 6-2. Here is the line score for the Storm: 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. For the Quakes, 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Winning pitcher Dan Mazingo advances his record to 2-3. Losing pitcher is Mike Bumstead. He falls to 1-1. For the Storm, 2 runs in the 7th inning, the only ones that they could muster off of Mazingo, Marco Sullivan, and Steven Andrade. 2 RBI double from Kevin Rankin. That accounts for both of those runs. For the Quakes, 1 in the 1st inning, an RBI single from Casey Kochman, following up a leadoff double from Tommy Murphy. Then 1 run in the 4th inning. A leadoff walk to Kochman, back-to-back singles by Mathis, and then Napoli driving in the run with a single of his own. And an explosion in the 6th inning. 4 runs, all coming across thanks to a combination of things. 4 pitching from Bumstead, and then relief of John Richards, and also the Quakes bats getting very aggressive. A leadoff walk to Kochman, single by Mathis, RBI single from Napoli, RBI double from Cooley, and now a scoring change, an RBI single for Casey Smith instead of an error that would have been charged to the Lake Elsinore Storm on the play. It would have been Greg Stain's error at third base. Tried to backhand the ball, it got away from him. Casey Smith reached. Either way, it would have been a run batted in for Casey, so it doesn't really change things as far as the official scoring goes. And that was the final in terms of the score, 6-2. Dan Mazingo's best outing of the season, by far. 6 innings, 1 run earned, struck out 7, walked 3, allowed 3 hits, 1 wild pitch. Advances the record to 2-3 on the year. Marco Sullivan, 2 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and then Steven Andrade finished up. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 wild pitches, 1 hit batter, and zeros the rest of the way. For Lake Elsinore, Mike Bumstead goes 5+ innings, not a good outing. 5 runs all earned on 8 hits. Strikes out 4, walks 2, and takes the defeat, his first loss of the year. John Richards, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run earned, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter in relief. And then Justin Cracker finished up, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, and 0s. So the Quakes move into first place. Probably it'll be a tie with the Lancaster Jethawks. By all the looks of things, they're about to beat High Desert. Both teams will be 14-10 starting tomorrow's action. Meanwhile, the Lake Elsinore Storm fall out of first place. They are now 13-10. And a half game back of both Rancho and Lancaster. Time of the game tonight, 2 hours and 42 minutes. The attendance, 2,130 here at the Epicenter. John, thank you so much for running board tonight. You did a fantastic job back there. Appreciate you sticking around. Appreciate the X1039 Morning Show for stopping by on their sponsored evening. Look forward to having all of you alongside tomorrow. We are on the air at 7 o'clock. 7:15 is the scheduled first pitch. Irvin Santana, right-hander for Rancho Cucamonga, the co-Cal League pitcher of the week from a week ago. And he'll be up against right-hander Mike Thompson of the Lake Elsinore Storm. And, of course, Thompson is off to a very good start this year, so should be a fantastic pitching matchup. It is also Weenie Wednesday here at the ballpark. All hot dogs are $1. So come on down. Telephone number 909-481-5252 for ticket information, or just stop by the box office, or you can even purchase online at www.rcquakes.com. This has been a presentation of KWRM Sports on the Quakes Baseball Radio Network. I am Rob Brender reminding you the final score, the Quakes 6 and the Storm 2. Have yourselves a very pleasant good evening, everybody.
This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Professional Baseball, a special presentation of KWRM AM 1370 Sports, and brought to you in part by
Alpha Graphics, The Red Roof Inn, Country Crop, Laughlin, Nevada, Vineyard Bank, Southern California Housing Corporation, Used Oil Collection, Carl Buddy, McDonald's, Today in Baseball History, Goodyear Tires, Allcom USA, El Torito Mexican Restaurant, Chili's Restaurant, The Macaroni Grill, SportsJuice.com, California Department of Conservation, Rico, the Mossy Plaza, and the Ontario Improv.
Keep it here all season long for live coverage of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, home and away, with the voice of the Quakes, Rob Brender, here on 1370 AM, KWRM Corona, your home for Quakes baseball.